this works. We are live, everybody. Let me just make sure. He's new to Valorant. Okay, great. Dev, Dev, Devil, Dev, Devil, Devil Dog God. Okay, what's up, bro? That's a very unique name. Coaching a. Okay, he's a brand new player. It seems like. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully my audio and all that is good. Ready for you. Jays, what's good? Good afternoon. Good morning. How are you, my friend? Okay, it's time to lock the fuck in. We got 2 sessions today. It's gonna be a long day. I probably will not be done until like 1 a.m. but or 12, but it should be fine as long as we kind of get through these and power through them. So keep that there on the back burner. Hello,
Hello, hello.
hello. How are you?
I'm pretty good. What about you?
Good, good. Not just chilling, chilling. So just give me 1 second, okay?
All right.
Okay, guys. This is just for the VOD. It's not for you guys watching, but join my Discord if you haven't. For those that want coaching from me, I get so many messages asking how to get coaching. Just join my Discord and PM me. All right, everybody. Let's get started. Okay, okay. Just I wanna just a little bit. I'm streaming, by the way. I'm not sure if you're aware, but just
Yeah, yeah.
a little bit more information for the viewers and the VOD viewers. What's your current rank? Or if you don't have it, it's fine too.
Um, I am bronze one.
Bronze one. What's your peak rank, sir?
Bronze. I think it's one. I don't
In the
really
same.
know.
Okay, that's all good. Not a big deal. Just asking. Okay, and also, what is your main role?
Um, I don't necessarily have one yet. I've been
Okay,
kind of exploring, but I really like playing Sky. She's pretty fun.
Sky. Cool, cool. Okay, so we have an initiator player here. Okay, um, and I ask all my students this. Have you seen any of my VODs before?
Yeah, I've seen a few of them, skipping through them. Haven't seen
Good,
like
good.
a full one.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, that's fine. I just asked so I can get a grasp of if they know what's gonna happen in the session. So if you see my VODs, then you kind of have an idea of what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna watch you play, right? Share your screen.
Yeah.
You can start queuing now. Make sure you pick Sky, like or whatever role. Like let's say you want to be a duelist
All right.
or like right. You're not gonna play Sage, and I'm gonna help you improve on Sage if you don't play Sage often. So that's that. Boom. All right. Yep. So you can queue.
So there's Insta Lock Sky.
Yeah, just insta lock it because it would be just a shame if you're forced to
Yeah.
play something else and you really don't want to get better at that agent. So, okay, and what are your goals? Like, what do you really want out of Valorant coaching in generally?
Um, I really just want you to point out like the small things I'm doing wrong, because
Yep,
like clearly I'm doing stuff wrong if I'm
right, right.
bronze,
Yep,
but I can't notice them, and I want you to be able to point them out.
yep, yep. Okay, no problem. So, what usually happens is I watch you play. There's 5 categories: aim, well, it's
Hmm.
communication, aim, movement positioning, utility usage, and then game sense. Those are the main categories in terms of like what we really need to work on as becoming a good player. But there are a lot of subcategories under those, if you kind of know what I mean. Like it's very complex. Okay, so
All right.
I will write general notes and I will be writing down every single round in detail in your POV. So, and don't be nervous. Oh, also, one thing I have to tell you is that I don't micromanage on the first session. That starts happening on the second session, and it's not like a big micromanagement. We just talk in between rounds. Hey, you should have done this, and I ask you questions. Hey, Why do you think this is wrong? Like, you know this is really bad, right? Like, we bounce
Yeah.
ideas on off like that. Off. It's usually after the first session, but first session, I want to see your true raw skills. So, I will not micromanage you. You won't be hearing from me unless we see a funny moment. And yeah, so don't be nervous. I know I'm watching you. Don't be nervous. Like, just like every student is nervous for some reason. Even when I tell them don't be nervous, like it's not for you to show off to me. Okay, this is not the time for
Yeah.
that. It's for me to see what you're doing wrong. So I don't want to see a perfect game where you're 40-0, you guys win 13-0. And I tell all my students, I'd rather you lose. Okay, I really
All
want
right.
to see what you do when the game is hard. Okay, because that shows what type of player you are, whether you're bad or good. But so don't be nervous. Okay, and we'll talk after the game. Good luck, and yep.
All right. Sounds good. Thank
Okay,
you.
no problem. All right, chat. Let's
Well,
let's get these notes kind of on the way. A little unfortunate.
yeah.
Match found.
Warming up right now. Probably just gonna play all day. Probably just lurking, watching between it. No worries, brother. It's probably gonna be average about 10 people in here, anyways. It's been like that lately, so that's pretty good. But I might go back to my old note sharing ways where I write the round and then I categorize it. That might be a little bit better for the lower level players, so that's probably what I'm gonna do for him. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, maybe for the higher level guys, I can do that where I can just put the general notes in there, and then when we talk about the rounds, like I can just explain what it is, they'll understand. But
So
like,
one of you. Okay. Thank you.
Lucas, oh, thank you, oh, Yogino, thank you. Mm-mm. And then yeah, but these
Do we
lower
need
level
anything
guys,
else?
what the hell? Okay, that scared the shit out of me. I might have to yeah, I think like plat lower. That's what I'm gonna do now. Starting today, plat lower. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna look at the rounds, write it down. Like obviously, if there's nothing there, I'm not gonna put it in the categories. But yeah, that's what I'll do. Anyone lower than plat, I'm going to put these notes into the categories. So there's no general notes. And then for higher level people, I'll put general notes and then write just the round. So we'll try that out today. Any chatters, guys? Come on. Like I know there's people probably watching. Any chatters?
Dinna ken what they're on about, but I can promise them. Radianite will not solve their problems.
Fede Cursed, what's up? I think I've seen you before. I've seen you in the chat before. You're a lurker. You're a lurker. Okay, so we're playing on fucking Pearl. It's like always Pearl or like Abyss for some reason for all my students. So he is playing the Initiator. Excuse me. Always trying to learn something nice. Yup. So here
Is there a lot more?
starts a attack site.
Careful.
Echoes A.
Here.
Sees to
I
a
think
main
C, so I'm gonna rotate
calls
it.
gecko. Calls
They're
gecko
smoking A.
main.
Both smoked. I hear at least 2 sound call.
Okay.
Enemy removed. Oh, cutting their vision. Spike planted.
Who's zinged? What the hell?
Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do that this session.
Last
I
player
think the way I
standing.
take the notes might be still pretty good for now. I'll think about it more before I just implement it on the spot. So what I'll do is
I
yeah.
feel something over there.
Round 1 starts A
Like
backside,
us, but
sees 2 A main, calls gecko main, and tells them they're smoking. I should write smoking main, but they are coming out, and he's still AFK backside. No
Inside.
flash being used. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
If Sage, you mind saving?
Enemy B. Careful here.
This is good. Let's A.
Hunting B.
Reload. Spike planted.
Both well.
One's backside.
Here.
False.
No peeking.
I'm gonna flash.
Hawk out. We tend to die.
One enemy remaining.
Crashing. Enemy spotted. B.
Last player standing.
Wall raised.
That's right.
Sure.
Prepare yourselves. We fight once again. Gotta go.
What?
I'm gonna fry that bot.
There's a big round here. It's round 3. B.
It's
Okay,
smoked B.
Enemy B.
They're walked up on B.
Hawk out. Blinded. Headshot.
Spike planted.
Buried. Drop in a smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Play off me, play off me. I'm swinging, I'm swinging. Nice, okay.
Guys, how do I turn off like cycle? Turn on cycle to strongest weapon next.
Bouncing back. Deactivated.
I think it's in... Hold on.
My Lola was right. Weeds are difficult to kill.
Never mind.
Gotta
Turn
go.
on fat.
I have
finger.
no idea.
I fat fingered my knife.
I'm out of here.
So there I wrote.
Right now, I can buy
He
you.
starts B, tells his team
No, that's chill.
tells his
Thanks.
team smoked B. It's only one smoke though. Tells them they are walked up on B, but they're full executing. So he's got to be more specific in his communication. It's a nice skill shooting arrow on back calls guy. Ask him things. Okay, so
Go, go, go.
B.
Spike down A.
Spike A.
I'm rotating through mid.
Enemy A.
I'm smoked off. Me and Cliff are smoked off.
One enemy remaining.
My ult is ready.
I thought I was... sorry. He's main.
No peeking.
She's still at A, I hear her reloading. I can dog her. Yeah, I'm dogging.
Time to hunt.
He's like long, and
30 seconds left.
you can just play off me, I can flash. Nice, get him.
Que yo,
Break it around.
la máquina de muerte.
Gotta go.
Muere.
Keep them out. Reloading.
I seen two at least B.
Careful here.
Spotted me.
I'm lagging.
They're smoking B. They're playing B for sure.
Unavoidable.
About to plant B.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
My ult's ready. Don't even start that shit here, mate.
I mean, that was a very good round by him.
Harness your
But one
emotions,
thing I'll
man.
say, like, not just because you got 3 kills, but
I can buy you. Just
he
for
needs
plus.
to tell his team, like, guys, I hear 3, I hear 2, I saw 2 cross B main long. Okay, like, he's not communicating at all.
Salamat, thanks.
I'm out of here.
This is round 6.
Both smoke mid. The doors.
Here.
Go, go,
I'm
I'm
go.
gonna
Okay.
rotate neon.
Purple art.
There's one mid at least.
Here.
2 art.
No peeking.
Echo and KO.
Here we go. Die.
Spike planted.
Have one of these.
Last player standing.
Back like I never left.
Last player standing.
Dropped.
One
Gotcha,
enemy
fun.
remaining.
My turn.
One enemy remaining.
Drop in a smoke.
But
Stand tall. We are Valorant. We are out of here.
There. It's pretty.
Many enemies B.
Multiple A. B.
Careful here.
I'm playing flank.
Okay.
For you. You disappoint me. Removed. Enemy B.
They're rotating, I think.
Freeze is still here.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
I'm here.
I flashed myself.
Flashing. She's
Yeah.
rotating out.
Too slow.
Oh shit.
That was their go, go, go. Ingat ka. Don't get stabbed. Bad way to go. Go, go, go.
I have your back.
So this is round 8.
I'm out of here.
So he's holding me long forever. Holding me long time. First contact. Restart.
Many enemies A.
Spike planted.
Nice, something to watch for the next few hours. 3 wins tonight.
Good doggo.
Silver chicken. Nice. Good job, Muller Light.
One's close, one's spike. Default.
I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Good shit, guys.
No easy night for you, me man. Gun here.
Don't sit down. We're not done yet. I'm out of here.
Break's over.
I'm gonna play art.
Okay.
Barrier created.
Is it A Sage? Oh, there's 2 mid.
Kirby, go B, go
They
B,
walked
go B,
up.
go B.
Hawk out.
Bro, they're like 3 mid. Maybe walking through art.
They're going A.
Like there, he should probably not go for that play. He should wait, probably. Like she told him. Excuse me. She told him that
I'll be
it's
rotating
too
B.
mid. So like, well, like, what are you doing? just back up all the way, and let them come all the way up or all the way into that connector area where then you can
Spike
make that play
planted.
with,
In a smoke.
and catch them with their pants down. But like, just wait, bro.
Last player standing.
Drop in a smoke.
Interesting.
Refreshing.
Could some of you guys tell me how many people are watching? I never have my viewer count on, but I'm just curious right now.
Just
How many
say it.
people are watching me right now, live? Hopefully it's more than 5. 3. Alright, it's not bad.
As much as this world hurt me,
The last couple days we've been
it's
getting like
mine.
8 to 10 people average. Pretty high.
Drop, I can drop.
Someone get this.
So,
Thank you. Get on with it.
Are they A?
Mid. 80 on Vise. Mid tops.
Here. Enemy spotted.
Fire in the hole.
Rotating.
Spike planted.
Ove has. I mean, Sky has full util.
Time to
Okay.
hunt.
pretty good calm aim.
Scout destroyed.
Last player standing.
My bad. I don't want to understanding that.
We're good.
Stay alive. I want their life, not yours.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go!
Can we fight for mid control? Because once they have mid, it's like an automatic win for them for somehow.
I don't see many Sky players in my lobbies. Nice to see when someone use them. Yeah,
Yeah, there's.
I told him
always,
too. I'm like,
someone
finally,
there.
finally an initiator. I think this is the like he might be the first or second initiator role I've ever
If you're able
coached
to,
like in the VODs.
flash,
You want me to
or I
flash it?
can. I can do that.
There.
There's a lot here.
Enemy spotted mid.
Enemy spotted B.
Still in sight. One enemy remaining.
I mean,
Spike
his
down mid.
aim is definitely not.
Flawless.
Good shit.
Gun here.
You let them run.
Like he's got good like
Last
his
round
aim is
before
not
the
the
switch.
problem in my
Don't
opinion.
say
Like,
anything. Last
I
chance
think in
to
my
use
opinion
our
it's very
stuff.
uncommon for this level of players to shoot like that. Where he's so calm, he's just always calm. Like it's no panic spraying. He's just focused. He's dialed in, right, in terms of his
And what if
shooting,
you like opt
which is
long
very,
vision?
very rare. It's quite intriguing to me.
I don't trust my sniper
You
skills.
know, it's mainly everything else. It's his utility usage, movement positioning, his comms, and probably his game sense. Absurd skin choice.
Enemy B.
They're opting B.
Is ready.
I have eyes on me mid.
So one thing I'll say is that he
They're
does
smoking
it-
B. Probably B. Walking up on B.
Yeah, they're B. You guys both have a plan.
Spike planted.
He's dug out. It's Clove. She's full health.
One enemy remaining.
You guys can play together.
No peeking.
Wait for Reyna to flash. Just play together. In the smoke.
Last player standing.
Like I never left.
Last player standing.
Oh shit.
To your left. Well played. Good done.
You had your fun. My turn.
Good shit.
Okay, now we're on attack.
I lived.
Yeah, I mean, if they lost that, that's
Switching
definitely on him.
sides.
Like, it's a 4v2. He's back holes. He saw the KO throw his knife and the close
Let's
range.
try A.
He needs to tell them, guys, they're here. Two on me. But he said nothing, and he just gets
You guys
traded
want me to
out.
buy a flash or
Right,
Sky?
like-
Do you have a flash?
There's no sense of
I got a flash.
urgency there. He's telling them they're walking up, but they're already on site, fully executing. Like, you know, his communication needs a lot of work.
I'm out of here.
Like, 'cause his
So,
aim
could
is
you
not
buy
the issue.
those
He's 13 and
smokes,
he was 12 and 6, 13 and 7. Like, aim is not his problem. It's everything else. It's the mental game. It's like such a common thing in just NA. It's like everyone focuses too
Don't
much
keep
on
them
aim, where
ground.
they've got their aim pretty good, pretty solid, whereas it can be at almost any level
Smoke, yeah,
if,
yeah.
as long as they keep it, maintaining it, improving it, being consistent.
Smoke.
It's just their brains. They don't train
yeah.
their brains. They don't think about things, bro. Like, it
Okay.
just tilts me. Not him, but just the general community. Like, just start training your brain. Why is that so
There's two back there.
difficult?
I'm walking up R.
Reyna entries, he doesn't even
One
flash
enemy
in
remaining.
for his team. They are just
Flawless.
set.
Played guys. Good job.
Up. That's decent kill. Flower guy in the
I
smoke.
feel bad for them. I really do.
Like, he's just
Just
like
not enough.
like, okay, it's not really on him there, but he needs to be the one, and maybe not buy a ghost, just buy classic and dog and light armor. He needs to tell his team, guys, I'm flashing,
Whatever they're
flashing
doing, I
sight,
like it.
go.
Go
He
on
needs
back.
to set his team up.
Oh yeah.
So this is round 14.
We can just wait.
In EU, it is very rare that I come against Sky and Silver Lovers. I agree, very calm aim. Really?
But
Enemy spotted.
It's okay. I got two.
I'm smoking. Or flashing.
Hawk out.
Enemy spotted.
One's close.
Sorry.
Spike down A.
I'm dogging.
Wait, rotate this. There's like 3
Yeah,
here.
yeah, we can rotate.
Gotta go.
Enemy spotted A.
I'm gonna try to take highway control.
Thirty seconds left.
Hit 70 on Cloven Roost.
Spike planted.
Rotate.
Bad
He
move.
Lurking highway, they're coming down highway now. At least one.
Link.
One enemy remaining.
Never mind, coming down mid. Gonna come down B long. Sound call.
Makes correct call. One mid. He's gonna come back B long.
I'm gonna flash it.
Hawk out. Blinded.
She's there. I'll just wait for you. Don't peek. I think she's saving.
I like his post plant. You know, most people just start swinging there, but he's like, play off me, block
Okay.
me, don't swing. We don't need to play time. So I really like that from him.
Ugh, I'm over them. Go, go, go.
We can try to go B and take street control.
Gun
I'm in
here.
highway.
Okay. You call that highway? Isn't it main?
I call it highway. Could be wrong. This like right here.
Oh.
I mean, I could be
Oh.
wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Go, go, go.
This is link.
I see.
Yeah, they just call that link.
Never heard highway.
Oh,
but-
okay, okay.
Yeah, you can just call that B link. They'll know exactly what that means. I think a lot of in the
He
reloads
died?
that we all go
Yeah.
autopilot for means they just want frags rather than rounds. Yeah, people just don't understand how
I'm
the
gonna lurk
game
it.
is actually
Or they're walking in on me.
working, how it works. Okay, start one mid. He's
Spike down, mid.
Play for my flank. Just wait. I'm flanking.
Art while went link. He
One enemy
One
remaining.
dead.
You could go ahead.
needs
I got this
Right now,
side.
let's
for
go
them in or dog.
Spike planted.
What's she last?
B backside.
Alright, I have dog. Empty flashes.
I think you're right, bro. You know, everyone has their own like thing. Like not this guy, but some people just play for fun, so it doesn't really matter what happens, right? But you know, most people that play a competitive game want to get better, want to become higher rank, climb. You know, be at some sort of level in terms of
I'd
skill.
save again.
So
No, she's on me. She's reloading on me.
It's too late.
Hawk out. One downside to being immortal. I can't
What do you
play
need?
dead. Gotta go.
I hit her 120.
Help a girl out, would ya?
You buy me, please?
She's nice.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna wait the knife out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like 20 seconds.
Yeah, nice. We can still walk up.
Good pick.
Can you smoke it down?
Cutting their vision.
Gotta go. Wall raised.
Time
doggy art.
Scout
Yeah.
destroyed.
KO's art.
Enemy spotted A.
Both
One
are.
enemy remaining.
Oh shit. I
There.
left.
Playtime.
There's only one left. Yeah.
Watch out.
My bad.
Last player standing.
Fine.
Good job.
Good shit, Sage.
Like he hasn't used flash one time on attack. One
What
thing
will
I've
it be
been
this
enjoying
time?
from your streams is
Have
that
any
you watch them
patterns
play
emerged
live,
yet?
and some VOD reviews I've seen
Need
they
a drop.
comment and pause or skip the section. I feel like it's so much better, and
outta
it also
here.
it's great to see how others play, regardless of rank, as they might do something
you.
that can always happen. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, I seen that in other coaches. They'll review a VOD, like a VOD, not a live thing, right? But that kind of
for a day.
diminishes me,
like,
the coach, understanding the
that day.
whole
For
flow of the game. Like me seeing it in real time, I can kind of see what's going on, how they like to play as well. But VODs, it's hard to get into that like that, in my opinion. You know, if someone sends me a VOD, it's like, I'll watch like half of it. But it's like live, it's like, okay, I'm like pretending like I'm playing, right? So
They're rotating
this is
through
round
art, I think.
17.
A spot carrier's down.
Oh shit.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Needs to just
You have
set
full util,
his
man.
team up and flash or dog up these hard angles. That's his role. Stop lurking. Like, why is he lurking every
That's it.
round? On initiator, he's gotta stop lurking. If you're gonna set up that play, you
ready. I
throw
reckon
your
I'll take
flash
a cup
and dog
after that.
first, and then you
I
go
learned
mid.
it.
But he's doing it right
I'm
away.
outta here.
Like his whole team was
I
P
think
long and they
B
all
main
died because
is
there's no
kinda
utility
risky.
to help set them up, right? No
You
flat,
can
you know,
either
they have a
go
Reyna,
to
but
B through mid,
his flashes
or
are much stronger.
just push A.
And a dog. Like he could have just cleared 2-3 corners with one dog and they all run up.
Go, go, go.
Which one?
I don't really mind. I'm gonna save though.
Okay.
Drop in a smoke. Right here.
So here. Confused as to why they're saving. They just won like fucking 6 rounds in a row. 4 rounds in a row. They save walk down mid R.
Barrier created.
Someone's here.
Last player standing.
Nice try.
Excuse me. I mean,
Get ready.
Nothing
I
crazy.
go fast.
Well done.
That was my bad. I was supposed to buy a sheriff.
No, it's fine. We're saving.
Wait, what? Okay.
Let's low push mid doors to B. Because
KBM
Rise is
Sky,
usually
what's
here,
good,
but
bro?
also
How are
plays
you?
And
B,
break it.
and sometimes Raze plays B hall.
No peeking.
5 double doors. 5 double doors, guys. Needs to.
Enemy
Yeah,
spotted
Rise is
B.
there. Taco's gonna flash.
Drop in a smoke. Right here.
Come through art.
Right here.
Enemy spotted.
Watch out! Or die!
We can rotate A.
Here.
Go away, go away, go away.
Our spike carrier's down.
Spike down mid.
I got 50 on Taco.
Out. my turn.
One enemy remaining.
I'm coming.
She has flash.
Nice to do.
Good shit.
Match point.
Just running around.
Let's end their misery.
All right, round 20.
I'm out of here.
5 double doors is crazy. Reyna's just going for that. Yeah, I mean, this is a bronze lobby, so there's no real
Do you want
strats.
to full push
Big call.
A? Because usually no one's on site except for like KO who plays
I
flowers.
mean, this Reyna is
Yeah, we good.
pretty good. Like, she's
Okay.
like communicating, she's making plans.
I can ult. Or we can all ult.
Okay, guys, I've identified
I'll
this.
dog you
He
in.
does not have an aim issue. Those last 2 kills were quite really high level kills. Not just in terms of how they killed them or the speed, it's just like they're just huge kills. Like he won them the round pretty much,
Okay.
killing those 2. It was a 4v4.
Here we go. Found
He killed all the guys on there.
one down.
Finally
One enemy
uses
remaining.
ult into sight.
Flawless.
Good job, guys. Well played.
Holy moly.
Attackers win.
It's been 20 rounds. It took 20 rounds. Okay, it's all good though. It's all good. GG's.
Yep.
Just give me 1 second.
Not ready.
The fuck? How do I go back? That was so fucking annoying. Okay, I just gotta go to washroom. Give me 1 minute. Okay.
Alright, take your time.
Okay. We've got a hello. Wait. Can't hear me. Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
you
hear
can
you.
stop. You can stop streaming now. I'm gonna
Alright.
log in so I'll share my screen. One second, I'm getting the custom. So okay, we got a lot to unpack. Okay, you know, I will just briefly touch on these general notes briefly, because I have a habit of just getting too deep into these general notes, and then we get back into it in the round when we go through the round. So I'm just gonna skim through them. Okay, so I'll start with your cons, and I tell all my students like you're gonna have more cons than your pros. Okay, because it's not because you're bad. It's just you're in bronze, right? You just started. You just started, right? So it's just normal for if someone's new to the game or they're just quotation bad. There's gonna be way more cons, or they haven't actively tried to improve their game. There's gonna be a lot of cons and pros, so don't think like I'm trying to bash you or anything. Overall, bro, I do think that aim is not your issue. Okay,
Okay.
it's quite good, honestly. Like I was quite shocked. I'm not glazing or anything. I'm being 100% honest. Like you don't see that type of aim style in this rank. Okay, that style starts happening at the higher levels, like diamond plus. Okay, even plat players do not shoot like that. You have really nice calm aim. You don't panic spray. Like in the beginning, you whiffed like the first 3 rounds a couple times here and there. But then you just had really calm aim, which I really admire, because I can tell that you're locked in when you're shooting at somebody, right? You're really trying to delete them. But most people in your rank, they really struggle with this aspect of aim. It's part of a mechanic, like being patient, calming, understanding the fights, stuff like that. Your real-time fighting is really good. It's sharp. You're always trying to delete them, right? And you adjust as well. It's not like you just try to get the first shots out and try to body shot him, or right? You know what I mean? You're micro adjusting, so it's calm. Like your aim is calm, which is really hard to acquire. That's probably the hardest thing of aim that is hard to acquire. Give me 1 second. Let me just make this custom game. Share my screen.
You want to send my user?
No, it's fine. So I was adding my students into there, but I think it's just
Mhm.
better if they just watch my POV. That way they don't have to chase me around and then switch the screen. You know what I mean? It just saves
Yeah.
time for both of us. It's just probably more efficient too. So we will go on Sky.
All right. Where's
Okay,
the
so
fight?
so out of these, if I were to rank these categories, okay, I would probably say your aim is number one. Okay, aim is number one. Okay, let me just go through this. Comms is probably gonna be number two. Comms is gonna be number two. Then it will be. Let me think about this for a bit. Aim, comms. I think game sense
they
and
detonate
movement
that thing, this
positioning
place
is
is done
definitely
for.
tied.
I'd
Like
say our
it's
world's been
hard
thrown
for me to
off, yeah?
decide which one is better. They're probably around the same level. Okay, I'm not saying it's ground level or it's really really dog shit, but I'm just saying they're tied to, like, in terms of rank, they're probably tied 3-4. Okay, your fifth, your weakest is your utility usage. Okay, it took you 20 rounds to use your ult. You had it in round 6 or 7. Okay, and you can kind of see why that's an issue.
My ult's ready.
What do you think? Like, when should I use her ult?
As soon as possible. There's so many rounds you could have done it, and we'll get there. We'll get there when the round specifics are there. But you know, even this round here, where it was a 1v2, you killed a clove. Just ult, right? Ult, and then fight the clove, and then you would have probably had enough time to fight the vice. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So you would have had some time to at least try to defuse this bomb. Obviously, you guys won. You guys kind of steamrolled them, but I'm trying to help you understand and think on a higher level where at a higher level, like, you know, you're always going to lose it if you play like this, because this Clove's job when he ults is for him to push you back away, right? By the time for the bomb. It takes 45 seconds for the bomb to explode, 7 to defuse. So, you know, the Clove ult lasts around, I can't remember exactly, but it's like 13 or 16, 13 seconds or something. So a big chunk, right? So all she has to do is really run at you and make you run away, and just maybe even stop running, so you stop running and you're just sitting in a corner. And that's kind of what she did. You came all, and I like that you're aware. You're like, I need to run because she will die. I like that, right? But there's so many ways, better ways you could have played it, where you sit here, you wait for her to run up, you flash her. Oops, you flash her. Oh, okay, so I gotta end that. Flash, and then you peek and kill it, and then you start fighting towards the vice. You understand what I mean? So let's get
Yeah,
through these
yeah.
notes quickly, and then we'll get there in the rounds there. Okay, so we'll start with console. Comps, not specific enough. I think they're specific to an extent, but it's not specific enough. Okay, there's so many rounds on B where you're sitting here and you're like, I think they're walking up, guys. But they're fully executing the site. Like, they're throwing down smokes and they're running in, throwing their utility. Here, when they're here, you need to tell them, guys, they're coming in. They are in, executing on the site. Come help me. That's what that communication is, okay? You were here and you're like, guys, they're walking up B, but they were up here running up, executing on the site. So you can kind of see why it's a little bit of an issue. You know, overall, I do think your comms are good. Like, you're feeding your team some information, but it needs to be more frequent, more specific, more detailed, and constant flow of just accurate information. Because, you know, there's some times you shine, as in they're really good, but then there's sometimes it's really bad, especially when you're on site. You kind of don't understand what the attackers are doing. You may see two, you know, and then you're like, they're walking up, but when the whole team is here, you're saying that and they're executing. So you can, we'll get there when the round comes, but you kind of can get what I mean by that. Okay, so
Yeah.
just be a little bit more specific, detailed. Overall, I think you have a lot of potential to be a high level player in terms of your communication, so you just have to build upon it. You know, I told you your comms is probably your second best trait. It's aim, comms, movement, positioning, and then the game sense is tied there, 3-4, and then fifth is utility usage. So, you know, it's not like it's weak, but it's still, if you really want to climb and be a really high level player, it needs to be crispy. Okay, it needs to be 100, like you're map hacking. Guys, I see 3B long. Hey guys, they're coming in right now. Come rotate. Yo, they're leaving. Stuff like that. When you know, when they cut noise, you need to be one step ahead of them, and we'll get there on the other points. But okay, so let's move on. Needs to feed information more. It kind of ties into the same thing. Like, you need, even if you think the information is dumb or retarded or really useless, okay, at the higher levels, no matter what it is, they communicate everything. If I'm here with my teammate and he's back halls and we don't see anything, I tell him, bro, I'm leaving you. You are alone. I'm gonna go watch Link. Okay, that's how the high level players communicate. So any piece of information where it helps your teammate, you know, and this information does help your teammate too, even if you don't think it doesn't. because I'm telling him he's by himself. He must play accordingly. He can't just run out and swing into 5 people or play off my flash because I'm not gonna be here, right? He cannot blame me for that. So that's why I tell him, bro, I'm leaving you. I didn't see anything be long. I'm gonna hold down link for you, bro. It's like I have his back, right? It's like a tactical thing, like, you know, SWAT effort. The guy's not gonna just be like, like leave his SWAT member in the corner and start walking away. He's gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna leave you here. Stay safe, right? You're by yourself, so he can play accordingly to that situation. So it's a little bit of the same thing there. Okay. Next thing, not communicating as a leader, directing team. I think, you know, this is a rough estimate. I think like 30 or 40% of your comms are pretty certain, like, you know, and you tell the right thing. But there's a big chunk too where you're not certain, you're not sure what to do, you don't know what the hell is going on. There's one round here on B, you cleared B long, you stared at it for like 5 seconds, you came back, went link. I saw on the minimap, they're executing means they're coming out, as in throw smokes down, throwing their utility to take the site. So they were executing A, and you were just here like, what's going on, like, you need to know what's going on. You should actually predict off your information of clearing B main. Nothing is there, nothing. I don't really hear anything mid, and it's around specific, so I wrote that you should also take this clear mid right away, not just stay here AFK. But you need to predict once you've seen that information. As I cleared B long, I cleared mid. Okay, I'm walking down mid. Guys, they're all A main, and get ready for that fight, because you're just here and you're asking your team, guys, where are they? Guys, what are they doing? It's like, you need to know, right? If you want to be a high level player, you need to be able to process this information in real time, super fast, instantly. As soon as you first, I would have identified it right here. Nothing belong. I run. Okay, guys, they're probably towards mid or A. Okay, then I go mid. I don't hear anything A, and I clear mid. I go, guys, there is nothing B long and mid. They are all A. Especially if I walk out all the way here, I'm not dead. Okay, then I know that for sure they're all here. Okay, maybe one guy could lurk back up B, but it's very rare when you've cleared B long for 5-6 seconds. Okay. And usually they lurk up mid on this map. B is too long of a lurk, but it does happen, but that's more at the higher levels. At this level, no one really lurks anyway, so you won't be too worried about that type of timing, but it's more about advanced things. So next thing is, so coming with that point, just be a leader, bro. Direct them and be certain 100% every single time and communicate. Don't talk to them where you're like unsure or like asking them. Don't ever do that. I tell all my students, and it's a common thing. I'm not saying, you know, it's necessarily bad, but it's just very common mistake for low level player, mid to low level players to be uncertain. They don't know what's going on because they're not actively looking at the map, the board, and using the information they've gained. And I tell all my students, any information, whether it's big or small, they all add up to understanding what they do. So for example, if you saw him be long and then you maybe heard one mid, you know that there can only be 3 here. You have to play cautious here. But let's say, for example, you were here for 10-20 seconds and nothing there, and then you went mid and walked down, like, you kind of know they're all A, right? So you need to kind of just direct them. Guys, they're rotating. Maybe there's still one guy on B or whatever, or holding link with you. Run A. I'm gonna go flank. I'm gonna go flank, right? Be you know, the leader, direct them, be certain, and lead them to victory. Okay, if you want to climb, I tell all my students, doesn't matter what role you are. Usually, traditionally, you know what IGL is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in-game leader. So traditionally in Valorant, the IGL in pro play in high lobbies, okay, not the average rank game, traditionally it's the Sentinel, the controller, and sometimes initiators too, traditionally. But at the average rank level, you know, bronze, iron to ascendant 3, low immortal, okay, you must IGL to win your games, okay? Because 80% of people, no matter what their rank is, they're lost. They don't know what the hell they all have aim and no brain. Okay, you kind of know what I mean. Like, especially in this community, everyone practices their aim, so they climb through aim. But not many people actually. It's very rare. It's uncommon, I should say, that people climb through using their brain first, like game sense, utility usage, understanding concepts like rehits, fakes, double fakes, inserting lurks, right? These type of concepts. It's very uncommon for people to climb like that, but that is the better way to climb, because as you're climbing, you're training your brain and seeing all these scenarios, actively thinking, being critical, understanding where you made a mistake, what you could have done better, stuff like that. People just worry too much on aim. So you can kind of get my point, as in yeah, with that point. But okay, let's move on to aim. So crosshair placement needs a lot of work. Overall, it's decent. I'll give it like in this level. I'll give it like a 6 to 7, maybe an 8. Okay, that's me being really generous. But you know, it's not on the ground floor. It's not on the body, but you know, it's still around the head. But the inconsistencies are it's only head level when you know they're there. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
When you heard him or something like that. Okay, you need to be ready head level every single time, no matter what. If you're in rotation, jiggling, whatever it may be, anything. Okay, it needs to just be because there's some rounds where you're running spawn and it started going on the floor. Like when you're just obviously you're looking at the mini map, it's fine, and you know you may not expect people here, but at the higher levels, people are everywhere. They're super unexpected. You gotta clear every single corner. Be ready for a headshot at any moment in time. Okay, so that's the only inconsistency with your crosshair, is that you only have it head level when you know or expect that they're gonna be there or heard them or whatever. You gotta be ready at all times when it's unexpected. Okay, because there are gonna be times the higher levels where you rotate, you want to flank, you see like 4 people here, you're running, and then you just look at the mini map and this guy just peeks and you just instantly headshot him because you're ready even while you're rotating. So if you're rotating like this and then you look, you gotta readjust, right? So you're gonna get destroyed. So always be ready for headshot. Any corner you're rounding, any corner you're swinging, anywhere you're running, just have it head level every single time, especially if you feel like there's threats in that general direction, especially. Okay, if obviously if you see 5, you're not gonna put it ahead. It doesn't really matter, right? You need to get there as fast as possible. So it's really situational, but just get in the habit of just every single thing is headshot level. Okay, everywhere you go.
Yeah,
Stuff like
I die like that a lot, to be honest.
Sorry, you.
I die like that a lot.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
well, it's
I'll
unexpected.
get a few shots off,
Yeah.
and it's just not on their head, so it doesn't even matter.
Right. Or it's just really unexpected where you're just coming out and then you're like, dude, and this guy just peeks. You're like, what the fuck? And you gotta readjust, right? So it's like, but if you're
Yeah.
ready for that, like you come out here, right here, you're just running, you look back again, you come, right? Like you're gonna be ready for this guy to just walk out and kill him every single time. So I do believe you have that potential to train that. You have calm aim, bro. That's like one of the hardest. That's like the most sought after style of shooting that everyone goes for, is calm aim. Because why it's so strong is because in this game it doesn't matter if you shoot first. It's not like Counter-Strike where if you shoot someone first, they're likely gonna die first, right? Even at the higher levels, though, that doesn't mean you're gonna kill them. But in Valorant, everyone wants to get the first shot off. They panic as soon as they see him. They're like this, right? But you have a tendency of, even if I see him first, I want to be precise. I want to delete his ass, right? So that's a really good trait. Just keep working on that, keep improving it, make it better, make sure you're doing it faster and faster, because obviously at this level you're able to do it because the fights are so long, right? Even this fight with the Raze here, it took like 3 seconds. Okay, this fight at the higher levels is like half a second fight. So either you're getting deleted or he's getting deleted. You kind of get what I mean? So
Yeah.
just keep working on it and get faster at it. It's good at this level, and it's probably good until up to plat. That's what I'll say. But once you get to diamond, everyone has decently good aim. Even whether it's calm or not, they're gonna be able to delete you, instant deletion. So just keep that in mind, okay? So the next thing is instant spraying. A lot of times, this was more in the early rounds. Obviously you're nervous, you're not really warmed up a little bit, you're not heated, so you're spraying a little bit in the beginning, like even here with the Raze, and she's running around, you're spraying like that. Like here, just be a little bit more calm. Nothing too crazy on this. No, I'm not focusing too much on your aim. Your aim is not the issue. The other things are really big problems. So and then I just wrote, when you are spraying, there's no control. Like there's no recoil control. I'm spraying like that, it's just spraying and it's going up. You get what I mean? And at the end of the session, we'll work on all. I'll give you a routine, range routine that you should do every day. That will really get all your mechanics super crispy if you do it every day. Okay, so next thing is movement positioning, standing AFK when enemy is executing. So it happened on B once or twice, happened on A once or twice, or maybe one time. But the first round as well, like, they're coming in A and you're still AFK here, not using anything, not a flash, not trying to peek at nothing, right? Like you just stood here and let your team just take all the fights. Like I'm pretty sure you guys won the round, but yeah, go ahead.
I feel like when I play Sky, I'm
Yeah.
scared to use my flashes because I'm scared I'll blind my teammates a lot.
Right, but
Should I just do it?
you gotta just call them out. That's probably the best thing
Just
to
call
do.
them and
Yeah,
then
just say I'm
do it.
flashing main, and if he's standing here AFK looking at your flash, there's nothing you can do, okay? Because at the higher levels, when you tell them, hey, I'm flashing, get ready, they're not gonna stare where you're flashing. They're gonna maybe play off, or maybe play off here, like a little bit off where
Here.
the flash goes through main, and then they peek off of it. You kind of get what I mean? Over here.
Yeah.
Right. Like they'll wait for your flash when you're calling it. They're not gonna just start running towards your flash. So let's say you're here, you go, guys, I'm flashing A main, flashing now, right? Like that. Like this guy will be over here just waiting, and then they hears blinded, and then he will swing off that noise, right? So, you know, it takes a little getting used to. Obviously, it's scary. You know, some of my students don't like using utility, but I explained to them that you know you gotta get in a habit of using it, whether it's you used it right or wrong. That way, you become faster at it. You become better at it. You learn from your mistakes. Okay, I shouldn't have instantly flash. I should let it fly a little bit, whatever it may be, around the corner before. Right? It's all situational, but you know. You kind of get what I mean, like, you know,
Yeah.
just use it, like, just use it. Well, especially in this round, I think just, even if you blinded your team, I think it was fine. Like, they were running up here, and you're just here like this. You'll see it in the VOD, you're like, and then they're just dying off, bro, right? Like, just throw this right here, boom. Call it, too. Flashing, I'm flashing main, hide, boom. And then they're all going to be blind, you're just going to murder them, because you have decent aim. It's not like you have bad aim, so, you're going to destroy them, especially in this elo, okay?
All right,
Listen.
and one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I use the flash to like just gather info? Like,
Yeah, of
not even
course.
play off it,
Yes,
just like
yes.
throw it around the corner like that,
Yep,
and then
yep.
blind them if it
Let's
says
say-
blinded. I know
let's
they're
say-
there and call
yep,
it.
Yep, 100%. So let's say the round just started, and you know there's not much noise on every side, mid, B, like no one's seeing anything, because at the higher levels they're not going to show you where they are immediately. They all walk up to kind of see what's going on as well. They don't want to give info. If you hear 5 running up, you're going to tell your team there's 5, right? So that's why they always walk up. Usually in the beginning, there are times too they do rush, but you know, for example, in this situation where let's say you know you guys are one here, maybe one here, 2 on A, and then you wanted to walk up, but you don't hear anything. Everything is quiet. You're kind of like, what the hell's going on? Okay, you just go like this, right? And then blinded, and then you know someone's there. When Sky says blinded, it's not multiple. It's just one person. So like
Okay.
minimum one person. So it could be 3 or 4 or 1. Okay, so keep that in
Would
mind.
you say?
Yeah.
Do you think I should like if I don't know how many there is, should I peek it even if they're blinded, or should I just
well,
gather the info and back up?
well, right here you will never make this timing where it's like this, blinded.
Yeah.
You're not gonna run up. They're not
I'm saying that
blinded.
they're like to the left or something like that.
The left here,
Yeah, like hard left.
like what started the round, or be a little bit more specific.
Okay, let's just say we're 30 seconds in. I throw
Okay.
the bird. I flash them. It says blinded.
Yep.
Do I peek off that, or do I just?
If
gather
you're
the
close,
info and
yes.
comment?
If you're close, like let's say you know you're waiting here, you did not see them walk up. Okay, we didn't hold this angle at the start of the round. You just stayed here, and then you know you just waited, and then you flash. And it's like blinded. Yeah, you should probably peek around this area. It's all situational on where you are on the map. Like you're not gonna do it on B, right? Like I'll show you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do it on B long, where you know 30 seconds go by, you know, and then you just wide swing for it. Like you know you might jiggle it, or you know kind of just slice the pie to see, but the flash recovery time at this point, like let's say you even knew he was there and you flashed him, like it's not enough time for you to run up and try to, because he's not gonna be flashed anymore. You need to
Yeah.
swing peak when they're close. And if you watch Sabrosa, you know Sabrosa, like I'm sure you do, like
No.
he's like probably one of the best Sky players like in my opinion in terms of pro play. Like back when the game first started, like he's the one that invented fake flash. You know that, right? Like he would throw the flash, not set it up, because he understands, he meta game the pros or the high level players, where the high level players, once they see this flash, they immediately turn around to flash dodge it, right? So then he just started swinging, doesn't explode it, he'll shoot it, so everyone starts turning around, and he just boom, 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 boom. They're all turned around, right? So can kind of.
I was actually thinking about that before.
Yeah, like he's the one that
Really?
invented that on B long, on bind, on B long, where everyone starts running up and plays anti-flash. They run up with their back like this. If this was guarded on B long, and then he would just throw this. They all turn around and he would just kill them. Or if they were like this, they would turn around as well. So, you know, but he really the one that not invented but popularized the pop flash with Sky. Like he's
I
he's
thought
the
about
one.
it. It's a thing in Siege with like C4s.
Gotcha. I don't know too much about Siege, like Siege utility, but I do know the
Yeah.
game. Like I watch Jinxie here and there. He's funny, but
Yeah.
Okay, but
I
let's
just thought about
yeah,
it like that. Okay,
yeah,
we continue.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. No worries, no worries. It's all good. But yeah, coming with that point, over here, just I would probably just want you to flash. Just call it. If they get blind, that's really on them. Okay, maybe not at these levels. It's probably a little bit on you too. If they're just out here, right, and you flash here, but at the higher levels, they will just play accordingly to you calling a flash. Okay, they'll get upset if you don't call it. So just call it. Say, guys, and they won't mind if they get blinded when you're blinding main in like a hectic round, and they couldn't turn around or so. They will understand that there's nothing they could do there. So stuff like that. Just call it. Stay here. Wait. Just listen. They're coming out. Okay. Flashing, like before he's do that. But guys, I'm about to flash. They're coming in right now. I'm flashing. Ready? Flash, and then you guys all start peeking, stuff like that. Okay. So we'll move on from that point. And we'll get there when the round's there. We'll get really deep into it. Okay. So the next thing is not understanding when to take space. So you did it once on mid, but you need to identify this every single time, multiple times, instantly every game. Okay, can't be one time a game, especially in this elo. People don't play mid. You need to abuse that they leave this mid open every single time, like when they're playing A main and B main, and you need to go and walk down and go behind them and destroy these guys. Okay, that's really how you start getting multi frags in this elo. Up until maybe diamond, it'll keep working, but up in higher, you still take a lot of space, but it's all about understanding timing, as in taking crazier, tighter timings. It's not gonna be open where you can walk down every round. Once you do this once or twice at the higher levels, one guy's immediately AFK sitting here waiting for you to walk out. Okay, so it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit more of a mind game at a higher level, but in these levels, it doesn't matter. You can just start walking down. I'm gonna tell you right now, like 8 out of 10 times, it's gonna be no resistance. You're not really gonna see anyone there. Or if you do, they're gonna be walked by themselves. There's not gonna be multiple. So, you have good aim. If you just delete that guy, bro, the map is free. If you kill the mid lurk one guy here, okay, once I've walked down here, and let's say my teammates on B and A, you can play accordingly. Okay, my A guy walks out too, because he sees me walk out. He's like, nothing A main, and I'll ask you as a question. If he walks out A main and I walk out mid, where can they be?
Probably B.
Exactly, perfect. You got it on the first answer. Some of my students struggle with this. Okay, it makes sense, right? Maps are general thing is maps are in thirds. So this is 1/3, mid is 1/3, and then A main, A site, their spawn is 1/3. So if we cover 2/3 of the map, you're a smart guy that they're gonna only be B. We can just easily deduct that, right? So easy. People struggle with this concept, but so that's why.
Should I?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Should I not look out for like lurks or people just like sitting in corners?
No.
For...
You should. I'm not saying mindlessly just run down mid with your knife out. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be vigilant, be cautious, but
just take the space.
Yes, especially in those rounds where that one round. If I was to be specific, you're here. You ask your team what's going on, right? You should have just went up here when they were going A, right? Specifically, they're going A, and you cleared B main by yourself, so there was no one there when you held it for 5-10 seconds. Then you came here, you asked what's going on. You needed to just been proactive, vigilant. Okay, there could be 1 minute, and there was, and that one time too where Raze was here, you killed him, which was great. But other times you just same thing, just be vigilant. Clear all your corners, have headshot angles, headshot crosshair placement, where if they walk out or run out, you can easily kill them, and just always be vigilant. Make sure you're looking. Let's say, okay, you've cleared shop, okay, and top mid, and then you might have heard one guy going art, right, and they're going A, okay, you're not gonna just tunnel vision on him like this and walk behind him, even though you know he's there. You always look here. I know he's art to my left, but I come back, I look, make sure that there's no stragglers gonna come behind and shoot me in the back while I'm chasing this guy down. You understand what I mean? So I'm not saying run down with your knife out, just be vigilant, be cautious initially when you come out. But once you come out to here and there's no one trying to shoot you, or you don't see anyone, it's really likely that the resistance is really low. Like, you just need to really be vigilant, make sure that they're not sitting AFK in the corners, and then start walking towards A or B, wherever sides. I can give you an example where let's say you're about to walk out mid, the A guy walked out first before you. You're holding this, the guy's like, yo, nothing A main. You're like, oh, okay, let me see if there's anything mid. So you look, right, okay guys, nothing mid, right? And then the guy tells you, yo, I see 3 B main, right? You're just gonna automatically start committing to the flank. I'm not saying run it down where they can hear you, but
yeah,
you gotta play it accordingly, as in, okay, don't just start running down, because look at my audio cone. If a guy is here, they can hear me running. So even if I'm closer to the wall, so I would always clear every single corner. I tell all my students, be vigilant. Okay, look here, okay, nothing here, look behind, just in case for a split second, because this is through my experience where I'm making these crazy ass lurks. I have a crazy lurk where I can kill 3 people, and I'm like, yo, I made it through. I'm about to, I got it, right? I can smell the blood, and then I look back for a split second. This guy's running. He takes his with his knife out, and he takes his gun out and kills me because I was not ready for that, right? But then that's kind of why I start telling my students and why I start making sure I always, until I'm out of this side of this this angle, because I've experienced so much where I have the craziest perfect timing. I've deducted where they'd all be main, and I just get killed from behind because there's one guy late. So I always be vigilant. Always, obviously, don't look behind you when you're peeking this corner. But
Yeah.
look behind until you get to where you're gonna swing. Okay, it's not there. Okay, then you start going. Okay, you're not gonna look back again at that point. You kind of cleared it. So okay, maybe around here again if they're not here in this direction, or and they're you kind of get what I mean. So just really be vigilant with your corners, all your corners. Okay, and we'll get there when the round comes in terms of attacking and defending. I'll teach you a little bit more about how sites work, sections of the site, these concepts that are that are intertwined, connected, correlated, and off angles, stuff like that. Okay, so let's just move on from this for now. The next thing is he is always reacting instead of predicting. So I had a student yesterday where it was kind of the same thing, but this note was more for you on defense, okay, but for him it was on offense where they were playing offense attack so bad that the defense was just able to predict what they're doing. Okay, they're just 5 going A, 5 going B. There's no other switch up, right? Nothing else going. No default. You know what default is?
Not really, no.
Like, have you heard that term where people goes on attack where they go, let's play default, or when on defense they're like, guys, they're defaulting, Have you ever heard that term or no?
No.
Okay, so I'll explain it when it gets there, but so I just wanted to know if you knew. So what was I gonna say? Where were we? Yeah, so he had a problem where they were so predictable on attack where the defenses were just predicting where they were. They just kind of had a feeling they're gonna go 5A, so they put 5 on B. You get my point? But for
Yeah.
you're in the opposite shoes where okay, the defenders, and I can explain it, I'll give you an example in a second, but the defenders are really they're the ones to react to the attackers, right? If they come B 5 man running down, what does the defenders do? And that's a question. If 5 people are running down B long, and let's say this is you, this is a hypothetical question or just an example where you're like 5 B long, I know there's 5 guys are running it down. What does the defenders do? There's 1 here, 2 here, and there's maybe 1 here with you on the site. What will they do? Where are they gonna go when you say 5 long running it down onto site?
I assume they're gonna all run to B.
Exactly. They're good because you're asking for help. You're telling them that there's 5 here, right? So usually defense is a reactionary role, right? Just like in basketball or soccer, where the ball is going, they're going to try to contain that space, that small space. Basketball, same thing. They go to where the ball is, right? Not everybody, but you get what I mean. In terms of the defensive strategies, they're kind of looking that way, right? So, and think about it in a real wartime scenario, any war, okay? Who's the aggressor? Is it the defenders or the attackers?
The attackers.
Exactly. If the attackers are sitting in a trench, what are the defenders going to do?
I mean, wait, repeat the question, sorry.
If the attackers are going to sit in a trench, let's say it's World War One, the attackers, they're trying to take land from a different country, right? And then they just set up a trench and sit in the trench AFK. What are the defenders going to do?
Gotta push up on them.
Not always.
No?
They're just going to wait for them, right? And then
Oh,
push,
yeah,
like
sorry, I didn't
develop a
understand the
plan
question.
and then, strategize, then push up on them or whatever. But, I'll give you this example. Like if there's an attacking country on another country and they just start rolling down with tanks and 10,000 soldiers on foot marching down the street, what are the defenders going to do? They're going to get ready for that, right? Start stocking up
defend.
on RPG, making obstacles to destroy the tanks, put landmines everywhere. So it's kind of the same concept as in we need to react, but we also need to be 1 step ahead of them. Okay, we can't just follow wherever they go, because what if it was a fake, just like in real wartime where it's a divergence, like it's a distraction. They want us to believe we're going here, but they're ending A. They sent 3 here and they put 2 A main and they're gonna work up, right? So It's a much higher level way of thinking. But for you, it's like you're reacting always. There's no prediction as in, okay, they like understanding tendencies, their patterns, being like, okay, they like going A, they like staying 5 together. Okay, they like holding and sitting mid a lot, right? You need to be able to pick up on these tendencies and patterns and overall how the enemy team likes to play on the individual level, as in that one agent player, and also that macro lens of their actual team playstyle. Obviously, it's ranked, so it varies. There's so many different types of playstyles that people get combined in a random game together and play, right? But I'm not sure if you know, but some of my students will understand this, but there are a lot of games you may have played, it might apply to you too, where where the enemy team's just running it down every round, bum rush 5 men rushing it down, right? And then there's some games you've probably played where it's super slow, they're playing methodically, just waiting, no noise, right? And have you? I'm just trying to figure out if you have. Yeah, right. Like the playstyle differs every game. It's not always the same thing, but once we understand these concepts, we can kind of generalize and kind of know how the common strategies, stuff like that, and we will go through that in the rounds. But so on this point, I really just wanted to tell you, is just like you're reacting too much, as in you're not one step ahead of them, you're one step behind. Okay, they're going A, you go A. They're going back B, rotating, you're following them. Okay, if they start B and they cut noise, okay, you need to make a decision to anchor here. Anchor means sitting on the site AFK, okay, and holding it down usually by yourself. Anchoring is usually done by one person or 2 people, or a role, as in sentinels are usually the ones that anchor because they have all their setup, right? Trips, vice wall, chamber trip, whatever, make KJ turret, right? So those agents are usually more that's more their job, to anchor and control parts of the map, okay, or sites, whatever you want to say. But you need to identify that okay, they started here and cut noise, they could possibly re-hit as well, or they're probably lurking, trying to insert a lurk or fake back, fake rotation, whatever it may be. But you just react. They start A and then there's nothing, you go B, and they go B, you go B. They start B, you just go B. If they go A, you go A. You kind of get what I mean. You got to be one step ahead of them, kind of predict where they're gonna go. Use your brain and giga brain them. Okay, just be the better player than these guys. These guys are really scrubs, I'm gonna be honest. Like bronze lobbies is like, bro, like if you watch the VOD, what did they really do on attack when you're on defense? There's no right or wrong answer here. Yeah, like what did they do generally? What was their playstyle? Can you try to identify it?
I feel like they just 5-man push everything.
They literally 5-man pushed everything. Maybe they tried to split A here and there, but like almost never. It was like just
they just walk it down.
Right, walk, not really walk. More run it down. Really, it's not really walk, as in, because on even B you kept saying they're walking it down, but they weren't walking it down. You knew 2 was belong. Okay, they crossed over here, and then I'm hearing them running in and throwing smoke. So that's not walking it down. That's running it in. They're running it down. So generally they're running it down a lot. And also, can you identify, were they rotating a lot when they've decided to hit a site? Like they would start B and... No. Exactly. You can identify that automatically.
Just full commit to
they
it.
just full commit. So you need to understand these type of playstyles where there are going to be some teams where they like to fake that shit out. So, obviously it comes with time, experience, being aware of the situation, it's really your game sense and your intuition that is a part of the way of thinking of game. But and game sense is usually experience and seeing the situations a lot, right? So it comes with time. It's not gonna happen overnight, but the first step is to understand how to think like this. Once you do, it's gonna be like, oh fuck, like it's like map hacking. Okay, there's 3 long, okay, or 5. Let's say it's 3 long. They make a bunch of fucking noise and they only threw one smoke only. I know, me personally, I know that's a fake. Okay, fakes are always one smokes, especially at the higher levels. Okay, if they were gonna execute the site, they would have double smoked something plus you start using their utility. But I know that since they made a bunch of noise just shooting, no utility, they threw one smoke, then they cut noise, I automatically know. I tell my team, guys, I think it's a fake. Stay put on A and mid. Be careful mid. Watch the inserted lurks here. They're trying to get us to move around. They're trying us to get to react to them. You get my point? So don't react. Okay, predict. Be a step ahead. It's like chess, right? You gotta know a few moves ahead of them. You can't be behind or you lose the game automatically, because he's gonna be set up for what you're thinking in the moment. It's kind of that same thought process, right? Don't be stuck in the moment. be like, okay, what could they what are the next steps that they could take, whether it's re-hitting or they slow down and they're gonna come out, or they running a fake or a double fake, as in they start B, lots of noise, they go back to pretend like they're going A, you guys run back, but then they come, there's guys still sitting here, 2 guys, and they come back just so they get the defenders to get off this side, because it looks like they're leaving, right? It's like a layers to way of thinking. So and we'll work on that, and I'll explain it more in deep when we get into the rounds, but the multiple rounds that it really happens. But let's move on from that. Okay, so just don't react, predict, be ahead of the game, if you will, or be ahead of your workload, if you will, because on defense the main workload on defense isn't just sitting here and killing them. Okay, it's identifying what they're trying to do / where they're trying to go, and where the lurker is. In this game, everyone lurks. Maybe not in this level so much, but it starts becoming abundant in like gold plus, plat plus, diamond plus. Like people are just lurking everywhere. Even at the higher levels, low immortal, it's just automatic. People start late lurking mid. They'll insert a lurk, as in they start 5B. And then they make a bunch of noise, throw 1 smoke or 2 smokes even at the higher levels to really sell the fake. Then they send 3-4 people run off, so they're like, oh fuck, they're going back. And then they'll leave 1 guy to insert him to lurk on B, because he hears everyone running off B. He'll come back in, and then he'll tell his team, guys, come back, they're running off B, come back to me in about 10 seconds, so he can come and clear the site and come all the way up, push spawn, and then they start coming back, right? That way these guys caught in rotation going back to the first rotate won't come back and are ready for this flank. So it's a little bit of that, but we'll get there when it gets there. So we'll move on. Utility usage takes forever to want to flash. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. It takes you forever. Like it takes like 3 of your teammates to die, 3 of them to die, and it's like 50 seconds into the round. Not when there's 50 seconds left, but it's like 50, 40. Like even you may there's like flashes where you want like shining moments where you want to do it, but you don't. Like it was very rare, but still, like you gotta just deplete this all the time. Okay? This is your signature ability, where if you use 2, you're still gonna get 1 back later on. So and also your dog, bro, this is one of the most broken, you know, it's like a tail drone. It's one of the most broken pieces of initiator utility. You can literally just entry and scale the whole site with just 1 piece of utility and not costing a life on your side, as in being man down or stuff like that, where this guy had to make a risky entry, you know, it's really stacked site, and your duelist is going in and just gets murdered by 3 people and stuff like that. So and we'll get there when it's there, okay? But I'll leave that for how it is for right now. Okay, takes way too long to use utility, or never use it at all, holding onto alt. You know, pretty self-explanatory. You'll see it in the VOD. Like you didn't alt until round 20, and you had it at round 5 or 6. Like it took you 14 rounds to use this. You need to use this every time it's up, or you have a chance to win the round. And you know, you could have used it here. You could have probably used it somewhere over here as well. But you need to use this. Why? Because you have good aim. Okay, how do we replenish our ult? That's a question. Kills, and how else?
Planting and defusing.
Planting, defusing, and there's one more way.
The orbs.
Right, good. So we can replenish it by getting kills. Okay, your aim is good. You're gonna destroy these kids. So use your ult, even if it doesn't seem good in the moment, or it's a 5v5. Okay, you just like how you asked, can I use a flash for information? Okay, your ult is not a piece of utility to get kills with. That's not what this is for. This is an information based utility, okay, where it's a 3v3. You guys started trading out, fighting on A main or B, wherever, maybe it's all situational, but and then they cut noise. You know, there's only 30 seconds left. They're not showing on the map. You guys are unaware where they are. You just use your ult. You automatically map pack. This shows you where they are on the minimap and in person, right? So this is an information based thing, and could be a deterrent too as well, where you're on B, you hear 5 of them running, and also remember, this only goes up to 3 people. So if there's 5 people alive, it'll only go to the 3 nearest people. Okay, if there's 3 people alive, or 4 people, or I'll give you the example, 4 people alive, it'll only choose the 3 nearest people. Okay, if there's 2 people alive, it'll select all 2, obviously, because you can go up to 3 people. If it's 3, it'll go to all 3 of them. Doesn't matter where they are, because there's only 3 people left. So keep that in mind. It's only 3. You can really only see 3 people with this. Okay, it's not 5 people or how many are up. Well, if it's under 3, it doesn't matter. But if it's 4, it's still gonna be 3. If it's 5 people alive, it's still gonna be 3. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So this is a really, really crucial information, bro. This ult is one of the most annoying ults, when, especially on attack, where you are attacking man down like 4v4 okay, or you know, let's say it's a 2v3, and this you guys are going B together, two of you, and it's against three. You ult, okay. You don't know how many times where I'm flanking the Sky in a 3v2 situation where I'm on the defensive side, and I'm like, yo, I got him, and then she just ults, and then I'm like, fuck, they know where I am, right? And they automatically start looking this way, like, yo, one flag, let's take the site, right? And then I have to come all the way back through mid and go with my team, because I know that the risk is here where if I peek this, it's a 1v2 for me. So this is a super crucial piece of information. You could have used it on the round in art. Right here was a 1v2, right? You would have, this clove isn't gonna try to run into your ult, so you know that way you could have played it with your flash, stuff like that. You could have used your dog, whatever maybe, but this is a really good. Or let's say you were in this 1v1 situation and there was enough time, you could just use his ult to figure out where he was, device. So you ult, it's going main, it's like, okay, it's automatically main. You throw a flash to get on the bomb, stuff like that. Okay, so you can kind of get what I mean.
Yeah.
And especially, yeah, go ahead.
What happens if Sky's ult hits someone? Does it do anything?
They get stunned. They get what's the word I'm looking for? A concussed.
Oh, yeah.
Like you've been hit by Reyna Eye before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know how like the vision becomes dark, or like a Omen blind, it comes dark.
Yeah.
So it's that same mechanic, as in if you get hit by this, they'll be the vision becomes dark, but they can still see people close to them. So it's similar to getting Reyna blind and Omen flashed. But I can't remember if you get slowed. We can look it up after, but I'm pretty sure you get slowed as well in terms of movement. Like you're kind of concussed. There's a little bit of like a breach stun plus the visual effects of a Omen blind or a Reyna flash, where you cannot see far away, but you can see somewhat close to you. Like you're disorientated. It looks like you got beer goggles on, kind of. Have you ever been hit by this before or no?
No, I have not.
Okay,
I always
okay.
shoot it.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy to shoot, but that's, you know, you're not gonna connect with this a lot. It's more to see their positioning. That's why
Yeah.
a lot of Skies use it. Where, okay, I use it, it goes right, goes here, and then both of them shoot at, you know, and one's going A main. Like I just know there's two mid, right, and one A main. I just called that out. So it's an information map packing tool. You can think about it that way. Okay, and it's super crazy and like 2v3, 3v5 situation. Like this thing is super fucking broken, man. It's really crazy. Okay, but they had to nerf this a couple times, but because back then it used to chase you the whole map, but now you can outrun it. So let's say if they're really far and you used it, it'll kind of go away. It'll just die off. But back then it would chase you the whole, doesn't matter where you were, if you take the TP, it's just gonna keep following you. So it was super broken back then. But okay, that's nothing crazy. Okay, so let's move on to game sets. I know we're kind of yapping. I always do this. I get caught in these notes so easily because I want to get in depth, but it's okay. We'll get into the rounds. Okay, so he doesn't seem to really understand defense concepts and understand how to identify what the attackers are doing. Needs to stop lurking so early. This note needs to stop lurking early. Okay, we'll go one by one. So he doesn't seem to really understand defense concepts. So okay, just how I told you, there's attacking concepts, as in re-hitting, entering, scaling, re-hits, inserting a lurk, fakes, double fakes, stuff like that. You need to understand defensive concept, as in, okay, if you know they are on site planted, we must usually, I'm not saying you can't or should not, or people don't, but have you heard the term retaking?
Yeah.
They'll be like, guys, retake, wait, retake, right? You probably heard your teams talk like that,
yeah.
right? So retake, and you know your answer wasn't very convincing, but so I'll explain it.
No, sorry, I just didn't understand.
Yeah,
it first.
yeah. Retaking, you
Isn't
know.
it?
Yeah, go
Isn't
ahead.
it basically when they like full take site and you have to retake it, basically?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of the name, right? Retaking. We're
Yeah.
retaking the space that we've either given up or lost, or we fought for and lost, or we tried to fight for, but we could not do it due to the enemy's resistance, or you know, there's too much shit flying at us, the utility, mollies. We cannot go and actively fight for this. Retaking is really what it means. Is we're retaking. So, for example, if they planted B, you know, we would wait as a team. You wouldn't just, you know, 5 of them on the attackers, they plan. You're not gonna run out by yourself, right? One of my students did this yesterday. We were laughing, but like, you would never ever run out by yourself. You must wait. Or let's say this is smoked and that's not smoked, so you go tell the guys in link ready, telling them, guys, wait for the smoke and let's retake right after the smoke, stuff like this. But it's a team effort. Just how you know what entering is, right? It's super
Yeah, yeah.
self-explanatory. I'm sure it's in Siege too. You know,
Yeah,
entering and
that's it.
scaling a site, it's the same thing. But these are correlated. They're the same thing. They're the same concept. It's just on the other side. So, you know, when you're entering a site or scale or wanting to entry then scale, it's the same thing. It's a team effort. No Reyna is gonna run out by himself blind and just start 1v5ing people, right? Especially in pro play, you see people throw a knife, throw a dart backside, they tail drone, they start tail missiling everywhere. They'll smoke here, they'll smoke. It's all in unison. It's all at the same time. They'll smoke here, they'll smoke here. They'll maybe throw a molly here so they can get out and start clearing the site, right? It's a team effort. So it's the same thing with retaking. It's a team effort. Just how the attacking team's entry into site as a team, the defenders will retake the site as a team. Okay, so you can kind of understand that. We need to get a little bit better of a concept on this. You know, obviously this is bronze. People don't retake at all, but I'm trying to set you up to be a high-level player and really help you understand these advanced mechanics and concepts, okay, and fundamentals. So, you know, coming with that, like, just, you know, I'm not saying you didn't do it at all. I'm just trying to help you understand. Like, you gotta just wait for your team. You know, if there's important utility pieces there where, you know, you're mollied off, tell your team, guys, we're mollied off, we cannot retake yet, just wait, stuff like that. Okay.
Okay.
Also, you know, you gotta kind of understand how space works, where if I'm here, like, I'm not gonna be behind them, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. Unless there's multiple, you gotta start holding / taking other things, and that's why the common setup really is one art, one double doors, okay, one B, one A, and then that fifth guy usually can go anywhere wherever the team needs them. Where, you know, let's say they lean towards A a lot, they'll play towards A, and it's all situational as well. Where if you have a sentinel on A, okay, when there's a sentinel playing a site, usually it's their job to hold that site, so they'll play alone because that's just how their kit is. It is where it's programmed where they can hold 1/3 of the map by themselves or 2/3 of the map by themselves. So, you know, if there was a sentinel here, you'd never really put 3. You'd put 2 unless you predict that there's gonna be a rush or whatever they'd like to go A. So you're actively predicting. In those moments, it's fine. But the general setup is, you know, let's say your sentinel's on A. There's gonna be 1 art, 1 link, 2 B, or, like, you know, 2 link, one soft playing on B, just jiggling B long to make sure if they're walking up, running up, okay, stuff like that. So, and then we'll get there when the rounds come. But like, you know, I could quickly explain it here as well. It's like, you know, you held this for so long, one round, like, you gotta identify that they're not gonna be there at all, just by the space and the timing. Because when they go B at the higher level, mid to higher levels, they go B. As soon as the round starts, they're starting to throw flash or starting to cross over and coming down, because they're not gonna peek one by one or walk down 5 people sometimes, but generally people will take this really fast because they have so much to clear. They need to get down here fast. There's too many fucked up angles for them to kind of go through. So that's why they'll run through here, wide swing together, 5 people, okay, and then they'll come down pillar, they'll clear here, and they'll get here and get ready to execute. So once they're here, it's like space, like, it's got to identify that they're not going to be there and just leave, go watch something else, or take the space mid, stuff like that. Okay, we'll get there when the rounds come. The next thing is need to identify what the attackers are doing. So you got to identify if they're hard obviously, I'm not saying specifically this game really, but I do believe you have a hard time of knowing what they are just off this comm, where you looked here, nothing there, you were there for 5-10 seconds, you come here and you're like, what's going on, guys? Like, I just looked at the minimap and they're all coming out A. You'll see it in the VOD, like, they're running out, the question marks, right? So you need to be like, have a sense of urgency and start running, booking it over to help them, or take that space where, let's say they could not commit on site because your team did a great job, and then they want to come back. You take the space. Now you hear 3 of them running. Like, yo, guys are running B, and what are these guys gonna do? They're, you know, one guy may come this way, but most of them will just immediately start booking it B to get ahead of them, to actively be 1 step ahead. So you'll be here sitting, and then you can kill them, stuff like that. Okay. The next thing, last point for cons, absolutely last thing, is needs to understand what initiator does. Oh, sorry, and I'll tie this in with the other note. It was needs to stop lurking. Okay, on attack, you kept going double doors. Remember, you kept lurking by yourself. Remember that one round as well, they went 4 link. This is called double doors into link. So this is, all of this is link, and then this is connector side. So once they went double doors into link, you just went art by yourself. Obviously, you know, you had 2 good kills that one round, and there's another round you did nothing. You came back and you know you guys won the round still, and I'm not focusing on the result of the round. It doesn't matter. I'm really focusing on you. Okay, you need to flash them in here because this angle is super hard to take. There's too many fucking off angles. There's one guy here just waiting for them to come out. What? There's an off angle here. There's an off angle here. There's an off angle here. There's an off angle here as well. This is semi off angle, not really. You know, people common spots, right? This is super common spot. This is a super common spot, right? Like you need to help. The initiator role is for you to set up your team. That is your role. Just like if I were to break down the other roles, the entry, the duelist, his role is to making sure that he gets on site for the team and clearing these hard corners. It's a little bit of the initiator's role as well when you use your utility as a dog, a drone, Sova drone, dart, stuff like that. You help the duelist do his role, right? So you need to set him up. Okay, you did not set your team up at all on attack. Defense, different story, and even then, you can still set them up furthermore, but you didn't at all. Here, they decided to go link. Tell them, guys, I'll dog for you. Then I can go back and link. I'll dog for you. Okay, nothing close. Maybe connector. Okay, I clear this, guys. And then they follow your dog. You get what I'm trying to say? They don't just let you dog it and they say, hey, or wait, AFK. Once you dog and it's clear, they're gonna start following it. Okay, guys, this is clear. They're right behind you. They're right here with this dog to take this space that you've claimed with your piece of utility, right? You can also just flash them in. Guys, I'll flash you in on this off angle. Flash. Guys, start swinging. They all start swinging. Then you get to here, like, here, I'll dog connector. Can you just watch me link? Right, you start darting this just to get some information. They're playing so. They're holding this. Here. And then you're like, oh, it's clear. And then one guy will be inserted with this dog because, you know, if it's not dead, they know no one's there, so they're gonna go behind with it. If the dog gets shot at, obviously now it's the information piece where we know that there's somebody there. So it serves a dual purpose, as in help set maybe like three purposes. Help set our team up, taking space, clears corners, and can be an information tool. As in, if he gets killed, we know immediately where they are, or you may even see them with the dog, or you're just like this. Like, oh, I see him. Oh, there's one here. Stuff like that. So you get my point. Like, you just insta started lurking on this role. This role is not a lurking role. Okay, you really need to play with your team. You need to be like the first 3 people on site. Okay. The roles that can really bait in this game, like, and nobody will be upset because it's fine, is the controller and the sentinel. Those are the 2 roles. The smokes player and the guy that has trips and sets up mid. Those are the 2 roles that can bait really hard and are usually allowed to. Okay, and you're kind of doing the role that the sentinel do. Okay, the sentinel's main role on attack is to lurk, to gain space or gather information with his trips or just off what he's seeing by himself. The sentinel on attack is always by himself. For example, if we started 4A with a Reyna, Jet, me, and a smokes player, because the smoke's not going to start B if we go A, he cannot smoke up to here, it's too far, right? So if we are 4A main, the sentinel, let's say it's a Cypher, he's going to put his trips for B main. Okay, maybe one more trip just to have you guys back right here. And then the Cypher will put his cam mid and just sit here and AFK, or maybe even walk up and just kind of try to get some noise where people are rotating, where if you start for A main, you flash this corner, flash, and then you guys start dogging, and then, you know, you guys are making a fuck ton of noise, grabbing the orb, start dogging down, you know. And I asked you this question, what are the defense gonna do?
I mean, defend and rotate.
Right, they're gonna start running over when they hear 4, right? Especially at the lower levels, maybe not so much the higher levels, but in these levels, they're just first contact. Even at the higher levels, you see it where first contact, people just start running over because they don't know what the hell is going on or what to do, right? So this guy would have heard, like, let's say he lurked up here by himself, or even up to Art here, and he hears people running from connector into water, into link to A. He's gonna tell you, guys, get the fuck out, start walking B. They've rotated to A, so that's his role, what you're trying to do. I'm not saying you can't do it all the time, but you really got to leave that to the sentinel, and obviously this is a bronze. They won't even know to do that, but I'm just trying to help you understand what the roles are really meant for and what you're supposed to do. So when they're going double door to link, you need to be this guy. Guys, I'm flashing for you. Flash, go, go, go. I'm dogging for you. Let me get some space. Wait. Don't just run in. Let me make sure it's safe for you, because you are making it safe for me. It's a little bit of like a, you know, having each other's back, right? Because you need to play with the duelist. That's your main thing.
So I just...
Yeah, go ahead.
Just try to, like, stay with the duelist and dog the duelist in and play for
exactly.
them.
Whether it's B,
Should
A...
I try to... So should I just play behind the duelist and try to, like, drone them or not drone them.
You know,
from stage.
I'm not s-
dog
yeah.
them in and trade them. Or
Yep. Yeah. In a way, yeah, that's pretty much what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying, you know, be on his ass and just, you know, always
Yeah,
right
yeah,
behind. You get what I mean? Like, play off of him, and also, you know, let him play off you, as in your utility, not you as in what actions you're doing in terms of shooting or where you are, but let him play off your utility. Okay, dogging down like this is so huge in this round. Okay, they wouldn't have got murdered. They got kind of murdered, and you guys almost lost the round. I'm pretty sure we'll get there when the round comes, but you know, just dog for them. Once you get up to here, you can see. So could be deep connector. Okay, I've closed here, right? You just start pinging. Then this duelist is just gonna start following this because his job is to scale and gain space and really fuck people up and fight. So you know, and you know, I'm not saying nobody can lurk. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you got to understand there's a time and place for, you know, a duelist or initiator or you know, those type of roles to lurk. Okay, the main lurking roles are smokes and sentinels, because that's just kind of how their kit is evolved. I'm not saying that initiators never lurk. I'm not saying duelists never lurk. That's not what I'm saying. They do. It's just there's a time and place where, you know, it's a situation where, okay, there is no duelist alive on our team. I must take this space. Okay, stuff like that where you, and I'm trying to help you also learn all these concepts where you know them, and it doesn't matter what role you play, you can understand how this game works. And I think that's a big problem everyone has, is that they only try to learn concepts that relate to their role or their agent, and then that what makes them really bad, because they're not looking at the game in a full picture, right? So you can lurk. I'm not saying you can't. Like I said, if they're going for double door, dog them in first, okay, or flash, whatever, maybe. Okay, this is clip, boom, 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 right? Then you start doing your thing, because you've depleted your utility. You're kind of in a way useless, right? Wherever you start, A, mid, or right. So then you can start taking space, lurk, get information, stuff like that. After you use your utility, you know, let's say, you know, even your heal, they're gonna ask for a heal, so you're gonna have to come back sometime. But that's why I tell my, you know, my initiator, you know, I'm an initiator player too. It's my secondary role. I'm a duelist first, initiator second, and then I'm like controller, sentinel. But I played every role, like those 4 roles. I pretty much have more than 2,000 hours on every role. So I, you know, I have my sweet agents I like to play, stuff like that. I'm more of a KO initiator player, breach, right? But you know, you're a Sky. I never put too much hours in Skies, but it's the same thing. All the skills correlate, and they tie together in terms of the role. As in, a breach would do the same thing. He would flash this wall to flash him in, stun this connector, so the jet can dash and try to kill somebody here, stuff like that, right? Like, he sets up the agents, and so do you. Any single initiator do. Your utility usage, and your utility is the most important thing on initiator. Okay, that's what we have to keep in mind. But yeah, let's move on to the round. So the pros now. Okay. Do you have any questions on that note? I know it's quite like
No.
you're getting a little bit intrigued, but okay. So
No, I think I understand it pretty well.
okay, good. So if you don't know or you cannot understand what I'm saying, just interrupt me. Be like, yo, can you just try to explain? I don't get it. Okay, so because I like to, I just kind of yap. Sometimes I get lost, but so pros, you know, obviously there are not many pros from what I saw. Like, I'm not saying you're a bad player or these
No, I
categories are
understand.
weak. It's just it needs a lot of work, a refinement, if you will. I do believe though that you are above this rank, true skill wise, not just your rank. Okay, your true skill is much better than this rank. I'll probably give you like maybe a high gold, low plat right now in terms of true skill. Like, you're much better than these guys. You're winning almost all your duels after the first couple of nervous fights you took. But you know, you're really shitting on these guys. We gotta not worry about too much of our aim. Obviously, maintain it, get it better, improve it, get it faster.
Yeah, of course.
But we need to work on everything else with you, and you will shine. You will start climbing. Your growth will be so exponential, because like you have the potential there. The baseline is already kind of set there, where I don't need to teach you the basics of this way of thinking. So you just have to grow it. So that's the easy part of learning these things. But it's definitely the harder thing to learn versus aim. I tell all my students that aim is secondary to every single thing that I've just said in terms of categories. The mental game, that mental aspect of Valorant outweighs aim tenfolds, okay? And I give this example all the time. There's so many Radiant players that bottom frag every single game. They go, you know, pie watch 8 and 20, whatever maybe, but they're still Radiant players. Their aim might be dog shit, but all of these other skills, as in movement, positioning, utility usage, game sense, communication, understanding the attacking concepts, rehits, fakes, inserting lurks, or the retaking concepts, defensive concepts. Those are 10 out of 10, but their aim might be 5 out of 10. It makes them a Radiant player. You kind of get what I'm trying to say. Aim does not make you a Radiant player. There's so many players I've coached so far where they're Immortal 1 peak, Ascendant 2, where their aim is so good. It's like Radiant level or like Immortal 3 level, but they'll never be a Radiant because of their brain. Just their overall mental, whether it's weak, emotional control, or these aspects of Valorant that you need to understand these concepts. Okay, it's super complicated. I do separate them, but there's subcategories within them as well, but they're all connected. There are some rounds where you're going to be using your communication plus your aim and the movement positioning, or just your utility plus your communication and movement. You kind of get what I mean. It kind of gets mixed and matched on the situation or how you played the thing, or what the the round has happened, or exactly what you're doing. But they all are connected in some way. You must bring all these at the same level or higher than your aim. Right now your aim is leading. So, that's the easy thing to grow. Let's get all these other things up. So, for comms, pros, I wrote, you're positive. Okay, you're detailed, you're specific, but I need it to be more detailed. Okay, you're only detailed when it's easy, as in there's one mid, you're like one mid. You see one on B, you're like one B. Okay, that's easy. Okay, make it hard, as in there's one round early on where you saw two. And you just said they're B long, guys. Like, you gotta tell them there's two. I see two B long, right? You gotta be super detailed and thorough and really detailed, specific in your comms, because at the higher levels, those type of informations might lose you the round, where you're like, they're all here and there's only 3 or 2, or for example, you're like 5 here. I hear, you heard 3 and you're like 5 here, and then your team just starts running knife out because they trust that there's 5 when you say there's 5. And then one guy's just mid killing your team with knife out. I've seen that so much, and they get so angry at you. And I'm trying to help you not be in those positions. So let's get high level communications. It's pretty high level, but let's get it even higher level. I see 2 B main guys. Guys, they're running up B long. They're coming in. Yo, they threw 2 smokes. Stuff like that. You kept saying they're smoking on B. Like, what does that mean? Like, where? Like, right? Be specific. They smoke spawn. They smoke heaven. Right? Like, here, you're like, guys, they're walking up. They're walking up. There were 3 of them died already, and there's 2 of them here. And you're like, they're walking up. Like, that's not walking up. They're taking the site. You kind of get my point. Like, the Clove was here, and the KO threw the knife. You saw both of them. I'll get there when the round comes, but you saw both of them, and you're like, they're walking up. That's not walking up. They're in sight. You gotta scream at your team. Guys are in. They're in. They're close screens. They're close screens. Okay, so that's that. Aim.
Okay.
Is able to have multi-kill potential with headshot. This is very uncommon, especially in bronze. Okay, you had the 3 nice kills. Remember here where you went bang, 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 and you killed 3 of them, headshot, all of them. It was on B. That was a really nice round from you. Okay. And it's easy to do that on defense. I would have liked to see you do that a little bit more on like attack, and you did. I'm not saying you didn't, but defense is the easier side, where you wait for them to come in and you just put your crosshair where you need to be, or just react because they don't know you're there in a corner. Okay, attacking side is way more difficult, where you need to actively understand where the entry angles are, where they're holding you when you come in. Off angles where they're gonna throw you off, stuff like that. Common corners, where people like to sit AFK and kind of wait for you to run in, stuff like that. So attacking is much harder. Okay, but I'm trying to get you ready for that. So you have really good potential in multi kills. That's really good. That's that's a really good thing I'll say that you have. It shows me that you have a lot of potential to become a high level player. Because I'll be really honest. Most of my students in this rank cannot even kill 2 people in 3 seconds, but you killed 3 in like 2 seconds, right? It's clean. It wasn't like you whiffed on them. It took them forever. It was like boom, boom, boom. They're all dead. So the potential is there. And again, your aim is not the issue. It's really the mental things about your game. So let's move on. Movement, positioning.
Wait, hold on. I have one.
Yeah,
question
go ahead.
real
Go ahead.
Would you say, like, I'm talking about like aim, position, and movement?
Mhm.
Would you say like defense or attack is better from just this one game?
In terms of aim mechanics point of view.
Yeah, like winning gunfights.
Yeah, so I mean, it's much easier as a defender, right? Because you're.
So you think I was better on defense?
In this game, let me just briefly go through what happened on attack. Well, I mean, this game was a little unlucky because you guys just stomped them on attack. There wasn't that many rounds, right? I saw 12 rounds of attack, of defense, and I only saw 6 or 7 rounds of attack, right? So,
Okay.
you know, but one thing I did notice that it is better than your offense because you weren't using any utility on defense. You'll see it when we go through the rounds, but you started actually using some utility when you guys were going a little bit, not that much, but you kind of were, thinking that you should use it on attack because it helps you, right? You're like saying I'll flash you in here and there, not all the time, but you were saying that on attack, which you were not saying on defense. Like you
Okay.
may have said it once, but you almost never use this on defense. You're just looking, and this is a common thing I noticed with my plat and up players, okay? And that's how I know you're a better player. You're in this category. Okay, they rely on their aim too much. They're out in the open waiting for these guys to come in and stuff like that, okay? You know what I mean? Like they're just swinging. Why is swinging into 3 people? They're waiting, okay? Like they're not using their brain. They're not thinking. They're just trying to take a fight. Which I'm not saying you
Yeah.
do. You're a little bit of a mixture of both, as in you're relying on your aim as well, but you're using a little bit of your brain. You're being a little bit more patient than some of my other students. Some of my other students, they see 2, they just start swinging into 4 people, but you're like kind of waiting and then waiting until they come up. You're kind of trying to timing them. So it's a little bit difference there, but yeah, in my opinion, fighting on defense is much easier. Because
Yeah.
you gain the split few seconds of information where I jiggle this, oh, there's 3 long, and then you hear them start running up. Like you can get ready for that, right? But as an attacker, you do not know where the fuck people are sitting in corners and stuff, the off angles and ops and stuff like that. So and we'll get there when the rounds come, but that's why you really need to be vigilant in understanding the concept of entering. It's much different, but still the same. As in, we need to actively make sure we're looking at angles where they can kill us from and clearing it and making sure it's safe for us to come in. So it's a little bit more of a different protocol, if you may will. I explained the same things. Like defenders just usually react. Okay, I hear 3 and I can just kind of play accordingly, right? But attackers, you're not really reacting unless you're figuring out where the weak side is, where the sentinel is. You always usually want to go away from the sentinel unless you've identified he's always by himself. Then you can 5-man rush the sentinel, right? Stuff like that. So that's really the only times they're really reacting. Or people are walking down on mid, they're 4 mid and the attacking Cypher sees 3 people running down mid. They're gonna immediately react off that, like, yo, there's 3 mid, that means there's only 1 B max, 1 A max, or 2 B max, or 2 A max. B could be free or very less resistance, so they'll start running it down as a team to react off their push, stuff like that. Okay, so there's that. Okay, any more questions on that note?
Not really.
Okay.
I feel like it doesn't have to be necessarily attacking.
Yep.
It's just like when I'm the one actually like the aggressor, I feel like I lose my gunfights way more.
Right,
When
right,
I'm the one aggressing the enemy.
Right. And that's because usually they're hearing you, as in you're running or you've made some noise, or they saw you and then they're kind of predicting you're walking up or you're gonna run up later, right? They're just ready for you mentally, right? So that's pretty much it. Also, in this game there's Peeker's advantage. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, I know what Peeker's advantage
Right, like
is.
the latency and stuff. Usually, I'm not saying all the time, that's not 100%. Usually, it really depends on your ping, the other guy holding ping, and the servers, whatever, maybe. It's really stupid, but especially in Valorant, the servers are really bad. Okay, the information is relayed so slow, where you're gonna see sometimes where a guy peeks you, and it looks like he's running, but, on his screen, he probably has stopped, so it's, like, really slow. But, I'm not saying all the time, but Peeker's advantage is quite a big thing in Valorant. The guys swinging with high ping or, just swinging usually can react much faster than the guy just sitting in a corner like this waiting for him to come swing out. This guy's going to get
Yep.
deleted a lot of the time. I should say all the time, because if this guy's really fast reaction time, stable ping, like I'm going to be able to kill him too. It's just the speed in which the information is being relayed, where this guy's just out here reacting and that's the information on my screen is just delayed by milliseconds. Like, in the time in Valorant, the time of kill is really low. Okay, I know in Siege it might be a little bit higher.
No, it's
Is it low as well? I haven't played it, so I don't.
Headshot.
Right, it's like the fights are like this, right? Like boom, boom. Even if it's a 5v5 site take, it's a 1v1 in less than 4 seconds, right? So, the time of kill in Valorant is super, super low. Like, it's probably one of the lowest FPS games in terms of time of kill. Like, Counter-Strike takes a while for you to kind of kill people, even if it's a headshot. There's somewhat of a mid-fight, like, but Valorant, the higher levels, it's instant. It's disgusting how instant it is. It feels like they're cheating sometimes, how instant it is and the way they shoot. But yeah, so that's that on that point. So let's move on to the round specifics. We're kind of yapping around a little bit, but it's
Nah,
okay.
you're good.
No, not a big deal. Just not like I got a student at 9, so we got plenty of time. No rush. Okay, so and you know, if you have to go, let me know. Okay, round 1
Alright.
starts A. Back sight, sees 2, and I'm gonna kind of skip through the ones like we won't go too crazy into it when it's we kind of touched on it already deeply. So starts A, back sight, sees 2A main, okay, calls gecko main. I saw 2, but you only told him there's 1. So there's the first mistake. I saw 2. You gotta tell him 2A main. Okay, you said only geckos there, but I saw 2 question marks. You'll see it in the VOD as well. So I know there's 2. So you gotta tell them 2A main. Okay. Tells them they are smoking, as in they're smoking wherever. Here, it doesn't matter. And then you're like, they're smoking sight, guys. And then you said, they're coming out. And then you're like, they're coming out. And you're just AFK back sight. No flash being used. No piece of utility. Nothing. No effort in helping your team. As in swinging out, trying to trade, trying to fight, adding some sort of value in this sight hold, as you would say. You're fighting for sight. Okay, there's 2 concepts on defense really, where when an attacking team is rushing in, okay, you either fight for the sight or you play retake. You immediately run because the risk of you dying is too high. There's 5 of you running into 2 people, right? Or you two guys can identify and be like, guys, yo, let's fight for this. We're fighting. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving this position. I'm gonna fucking kill these guys. I'm gonna put my life on the line. So there's 2 really main concepts when they're rushing in. Okay, so you decided to fight for sight. You need to fight for the sight. Okay, it's like real wartime. Nobody's gonna be like, I'm fighting for this building, and then he's just sitting in a corner AFK. He's gonna be shooting back when they're rushing in. So. And if you don't, you must identify. Okay, I'm retaking. I'm leaving. I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you, bro. I'm retaking. I wait for the team. Wait for the team. We can. They're dumping utility. We can wait for them to use all their utility. Wait for the smokes to go down. Then we'll go together. So you kind of get what I mean, right? So you've
Yeah.
made the decision to fight for sight. Fight for sight. Swing, flash, help your team because they're. I think it was like your Sage or somebody. They were just fighting over here, just getting traded. And you know, I was a little bit laughing on the stream. I'm like, what is he doing? You're just like this. You just peeked, and then the round was over, and you're still in the exact same spot. Okay, you can kind of know what's wrong with that. Okay,
Yeah.
so just use a flash, call your flash, just swing, just run it down. That was probably better than what you did when they're coming in. Okay, and obviously that's that's just a joke. Don't run it down, but you get what I mean. So round 2, can identify they need to save. Tells teammate to save. So this was great. I should have wrote it down in the general notes. I totally forgot because the rounds were going by so fast, and I was going back and forth. But you understand basic fundamentals of economy. Okay, if you guys have lost the pistol round, you should save. So that way you can buy on the 3rd round. Right, so that was really good by you. That's a high level way of thinking. Even my Ascendant players, they don't press tab and see how many orbs are they off on orb. Okay, because that's information. If I know that Killjoy is 1 off orb, they're gonna go and try to get the orb. So we need to go and fight for it, stuff like that. Whether it's B or AA. So look at their orbs, because it'll tell you what their movement will do. You pressing tab at the start of the round, this is like 30% of the information, 40% of the information that you need for the round. So, you know, if they all have 5k credits, you know automatically that they're going to be full buying with all utility. Guys, just take it easy. We don't need to run down and stuff like that, or, you know, play together. Right? If they're broke, they all have 2k. We know that they all have guns. Don't run down by yourself. That's what you'll hear at the higher levels, especially against eco, as in the enemy team has no money. They're all on pistols. They'll say, don't walk down, don't give them guns, because there's so many rounds, especially in pro play, where one sheriff changes the whole round. This guy one taps this guy walking out, throws this gun to his teammates. Now they have a rifle. They take the site and they just kill another guy with the rifle. Pick up. Now they've got 2 rifles for free and they take over the round with nothing. They spent no money, right? So you can kind of get that. So that's a common general concept on when you have a full buy and the enemy's on eco, whether you're attacking or defending. Don't go by yourself. Make sure that you can protect the gun you have, because you don't want them picking it up, because that's an advantage to them. That increases their chance of winning the round, stuff like that. So you identify that. That was good. You told, I think it was the Sage, it doesn't matter. You're like, save, you know, we're not buying here, we're not forcing. That was great. I love that. Okay, and then you said so you started A, clears mid, goes B. They plant, calls his flash, quite a bit of whiffing inconsistency. I should wrote where this was. You started A and then you went through R to mid. You cleared it, and I'm pretty sure they went B. I should have wrote which site. I totally forgot. But you know, we'll watch that in the VOD. It's not really crazy. This round wasn't too crazy. You know, you called your flash, good. I also remember that you need to call it way quicker. You need to identify to use it way faster. It's taking too long for you to being like, oh, I need a flash here. Okay, you need to immediately once you get up here or A, it doesn't matter. Just get ready to flash, guys. I'm about to flash. Ready? And then they'll tell you as well. No, no, I'm not ready yet. Just wait. And then they'll be like, and then you'll be like, can you call it then? And then they'll be like, okay, flash now. And then you flash off their call, right? So that's what you need to incorporate as in, okay, if I'm calling the flash and they're saying no, 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 not yet, then you tell them, okay, tell me when you're ready. Okay, so then they'll tell you when you're ready. Okay, so let's move on from this point. Round 3.
Wait,
And
1 second.
yeah.
Is it fine if I help my grandma real quick? It
Yeah,
won't take,
go,
like,
go, go, go.
2
Go
or 3
ahead, go ahead,
minutes.
go ahead. No problem, no
All
problem.
right, thank you. I'll be right back.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yep, so let me just read this third one to the stream. So he starts B, tells team smoked B. It's only one smoke though. Tells them they are walked up on B, but they are full executing. Gets 2 nice kills, shooting error on backhauls. The longest note. Let me try to just kind of separate this a little bit. Do 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 do. So I'm just gonna go wash real quick. So let me just get through this point. So round 3, he starts B, tells team smoke B. It's only one smoke. So I remember, kind of remember this round. He was towards over here somewhere. He starts B, tells team smoke B. Smoke B. It's only one smoke though. Tells them they're walked up on B.
I'm back.
Yep. Okay. I was just
Sorry
reading
about
this.
that.
No, no, no. Don't worry, bro. Take your time, man. Let me just read. I was just reading this note to remember exactly what happened. I cannot remember exactly where you were in terms of positioning, but I kind of remember this round. So you started B. Tells team B smoked. It's only one smoke though. I wrote that because it's crucial information at the higher levels. In this level, it's kind of retarded because they used one smoke and actually executed on the site, which was really silly to me. Because you need to put down both your smokes. I don't know how he only has one smoke, but so they put down one smoke. You called the B smoke. Tells them that they are walked up on B, but they're fully executing. Gets 2 nice kills, shooting error on back calls. Guy asks team to play off him. He had dog flash though. Okay. I remember this round now briefly. So I think this is the round you actually saw 2 of them cross over.
Oh yeah, and I whiffed.
Yeah, and you whiffed on them. I don't know why I did not write that because I remember that. And then they started smoking B and you're like, oh, they're coming B, they're smoking B, and they're full executing. I can't remember if you were here. I know in that other round you were here when it was like a different situation, but I can't remember if you were here or here. But we'll
No,
watch it.
I wasn't here. I don't believe.
You were over here? Were you over here? That's just the one thing I can't remember where you exactly were. But it's okay. The VOD's there, so we can watch it on the VOD. But so it's only one smoke. They walked up on me and they're fully executing. So they started fully coming in. But I just remember you were whiffing on this guy through Link. I remember you were Link now. That's why. Okay, that's what I remember. So you kind of backed up. Okay, you backed up into here. That's what I remember. I could be wrong, but the VOD.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why we have the VODs. It's not too big of a deal. And then you whiffed on this guy. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So you got 2 nice kills. So you got 2 kills first, somewhere around here. Okay, and then you whiffed on this guy. You're whiffing. I think you had a. Did you have a pistol? I can't remember, but I don't know why this round.
Vandal.
Okay, I just can't remember this round for some reason. But and then
I think I remember. Then in Clova ult, and then.
Yep. And then you were telling him play off me. Remember that round?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
I
was that
remember.
round. So it was a 2v1 situation for you guys. So you were whiffing here. It was a gecko, and then you guys came out. Your teammate. Oh, you went this way, and your teammate killed the gecko. The clove was there. And then you guys killed the clove, and then you were like play off me with your there was like smoked here somewhere. We have to go back for the ball for this one. My bad, but
No, Clove was the last one alive.
yeah. And then it was a 2v1, and then she was back calls, right? I remember that.
Yeah.
And then you were
That's where she
saying,
ulted.
yeah, and then you were like, play off me, which was good. I like that comm. Like that was pretty high level. I think you were on this side, or yeah, I'm pretty sure on this.
Yeah, I was this
yeah,
side. I said play off me, and then I died.
Right, exactly. And then and then asked his team to play off him. He had dog and flash still. So obviously this is just a utility based round. Pretty much your pros are that you got 2 nice kills. One mistake is you probably just whiffed on this gecko. You could probably just instantly delete him, but you're nervous early on, so you weren't heated up, so it's fine. But just flash here, he would have been full blinded. You guys would have just swung them together, or even just come back here and dog. It's fine. You had your whole kit. I remember, that's why I wrote down. You had all your flashes and dog. Just get creative with it. I'm not saying you always have to use your utility, but it's pretty optimal that you do. You just blind this guy, just swing, knife him if you want, whatever it may be, right? So use your dog, right? This is remember what I told you. This is an information tool. It's so powerful, especially in these situations where it's 2v1 and the guy's stuck back calls. You can just go like this, and he's gonna like shoot at you, and then your teammate can come and shoot him in the back, stuff like that, right? So you don't have to always just run it in and just waste it, but you can just use it. Start jiggling with, oh, I know you're here, bro, and then you just, oh, he's there, and you start fucking with his brain, right? So nothing crazy to here.
Does the dog have to hit directly for it to actually hit them?
Does it have to? Sorry, hit directly?
Does it have to hit them directly?
Yeah.
Or
So
can it be like AOE?
it's slightly AOE. So if I'm up here, it will hit. You see that radius? It's slightly AOE. So even out here, that's gonna hit this guy. So wherever how big this AOE is, you'll see when I do it. It's about that big. It's about this.
Got it.
It's about not the whole AOE, but it's about right there. So if you just like this is hitting him 100%. Okay, unless he just did some crazy sidestep and you missed it. You went right and he went to his right. You went to your right, and then the thing jumped over past him. That's probably the only
Yeah,
way
yeah.
you'll miss him in this situation. But yeah, just use your dog, use your flash. I'm pretty sure you had 2 flashes. Just flash him one time. At the higher levels, when you flash one time, they're so good that they dodge the first flash because people's reaction time is so good. So you just flash again. Okay, so you just use both. Then let's say he's still blind spamming you. You don't want to spam it. Just come back. Just use your dog. Because just use every piece of utility here. Okay, so nothing crazy here. Round 4.
All right.
Starts B. AFK and Link, when they are executing B, he should have cleared mid and taken space a long time ago. 2v1 situation where they are about to run off, but he hears Gecko, dogs A main, sees Gecko and tells his team to play off him on art. So I remember this round. They started B, okay? Oh, you started B, and then you were just AFK here, okay? Then they started executing B. I'm pretty sure they went A this round. I don't know why I wrote B. They're executing. They were executing. He should have cleared mid. Yeah, so I'd rather once you kind of know that they're running it down together, just come down and clear mid and then take the space. Like kind of what we touched on. As in, make sure there's no one here first, right? You kind of were doing that with that one round with the race, okay? And then come down, and then wherever they are, A or B, you just start walking, taking that space. Try to. Let's say they're going B, and you don't know if they're A. Ask your team, just be like, hey, can you clear A main real quick? He clears it. Oh, nothing there. Okay, now I know they're probably likely towards mid, or there's one coming late. So I wrote, they're executing B. Should have cleared mid and taken space a long time ago. 2v1 situation where they about to run off, but he hears Gecko, dogs A main, sees Gecko and tells his team to play off of him. So it became a 2v1 situation. They were trying to go B, but they ended up A, and then you guys came over. If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure. And then remember when you were about to run off, and then you heard him?
Mhm.
Do you remember that round?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And then you dogged. You actually dogged main. That's great. You dogged here. Oh, he's still there. And then you guys were art, remember? And then he started sending his wingman down. You guys spammed it.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah,
guys
I
are playing
remember
here together, and you killed him, remember? So that was really good by you in terms of your communication here. Play with me, bro. Don't leave me. Don't let me get a 1v1 with this guy. And I'm not saying because you're bad. It's just
No, I understand.
at the higher levels, bro, a 1v1 is a 50-50 fight, okay? It's unless
Yeah,
you're
I
like
lose so many games like that.
Right.
Like, myself included, I'll take a 1v1, then
Yeah.
my team will take a 1v1, and it's just you
Exactly.
lose because
And-
it's a fair fight.
and the higher you climb, you're gonna see so many fucking rounds where it's a 5v2 or like a 4v1, and that one guy takes 4 1v1s and wins all of them. Okay, you're gonna be so tilted when you start seeing that. But that's just because people start getting so good, and they're just so good in mechanically and situational awareness, game sense, clearing off angles, stuff like that, where they just know how to isolate fights. Even though it's 1v4, he made it into 4 1v1s and won the round. Like that's like probably the most common thing you see at higher levels, because people are so good at isolating. Okay, even if they know you're together, they're gonna start jiggling and isolate the angle. Okay, they know one guy's here, one guy's here. He's not gonna swing into 2 people. He's gonna kind of fight this guy, make sure it's one guy he's fighting, and then work towards the second guy. So he's actively isolating mid-fight too, especially when it's like a 1v3, stuff like that. I've seen some crazy fights, okay? I've seen Kuba, EU Pro, he's on Focus. Bro, he was in a 1v3 situation. He heard all of them run up, okay? Most people would just try to kill 2 or swing them. This guy was literally going like this, isolating, just one-tapping them through the wall, all 3 of them. I was like, what am I watching? This guy's a god, right? Like, people are so good at isolation, and it's just a skill you can probably pick up on. It's really good. But this was good round by you, telling him, guys, telling him, bro, play with me, bro. Like we need to delete this guy together, okay? Because maybe not in this level. At the higher levels, 1v2 means nothing, okay? Maybe 1v3 is like a big advantage, but 1v2 is not much of an advantage. If he isolates those 2 guys, it's pretty much a 1v1. So yeah, just keep that in mind, okay? Another notice right here, you'll probably see it in the VOD. I can't remember exactly how long you were here, but you're here for quite a while. Okay, it's too long.
Yeah, I do
okay?
that a lot.
Yeah, you get stuck in
I
your
just-
positioning because
Yeah, I just
you're
AFK
unaware
and
of
do
what's going
absolutely
on,
nothing.
right? But we gotta use every piece of information, even if it's small, to your advantage. Okay. Okay. For example, I'm just gonna give a random example. Okay. You see, or your teammate sees 3 A main, and this guy Art says, "Yo, I hear one top mid." Okay, and then your teammate's clearing B main. Okay, we can individually select all these information and add it together. Okay, my teammate saw B long. nothing there. My teammate saw top mid, 1 there. My teammate on A saw 3 A main. Okay, how many players are on an enemy team? 5. Okay, there's 4 in this direction. I can kind of deduct that one guy, the last guy, will be here with this guy late, or he's probably lurking around here. So you play that accordingly off that information. Okay, he could still be here. I gotta kind of clear. He could be on my side. Okay, yo, I cleared top mid. He's not here anymore. Okay, whatever. You take this space, but you kind of see how I'm using the information given to me. It could be anyway as well. Okay, we hear 2 top mid. 1 A main, and my teammate hears one running, another one just sees him because he's jiggling from here. I can automatically identify, guys, they are default. They are not rushing. They are not planning to run a fake. They are just trying to gain space. And I'll explain what default is further down when we're on attack. They're trying to gain space. Defaulting means they spread out on attack and trying to control the space. Be patient and see what the defenders are trying to do, if they'll walk down, if they'll push, stuff like that. So I can automatically identify these days. Back then I couldn't, but as soon as I see one here, one here, one here, or here, I don't even need to see them. They're like, I hear 1 A main, and he's like, I hear 1 mid, I hear 1 B main. I'm like, guys, they're default. Don't rotate fast. Just stay put. Stay patient, right? I can immediately, like 1 second, I'm like, they're default. Guys, chill. Okay, when I see 3 and then there's 1 here, I'm like, yo, they might be working B, as in it might not be a rush, but they might be setting up a play, as in, you know, making a bunch of noise to insert a lurk somewhere else. So I can identify these situations, and you will as well through just playing and getting better. But yeah, you know, you can kind of see how I use this information. So here, you know, you gotta just deduct what's going. It's like a math problem. Like, okay, oh sorry, this always happens when you're in a custom for too long, but I'll just join back in. So, you know, just deduct what's going on. Okay, he's, you know, I know they're going B or A or whatever. Okay, try to gather the other information, right? It's so easy. My students struggle with it. It's like 5 enemy players only. If you know where 4 of them are, they're likely, the one guy is likely on the opposite of the map, or he's mid lurking, or he could still be with them too. But you get what I mean. If you see 3 on the map, that's more than half their team on A. Okay, the 2 guys could be just on B. Let me take the space mid, or they could be both mid. Let me go take B main space, stuff like that. You can kind of plan this pre-round as well. When you pick up on tendencies, as in they love staying 3 and 2, like 3-2 setup. Okay, and the 2 guys are always mid. Okay, I'm gonna walk down B main here, right? So, and then a lot of the times you catch a really nice timing where they do not expect that, because defenders usually do not walk down, especially at higher levels, because there's too much risk. But there's a time and place where when you do it properly, you're map hacking, because you've taken A main, you've taken B. You guys know that they're always 5 together. You start walking up on the other side of the map. They start because they're 5 together always, usually tendency wise, right? Like stuff like that. But 1 sec. So
not used to working with humans. Usually just me
so that
and
was
my
good.
pack.
Yeah. So
I
let's
guess
just
it's
move on.
worse if you guys get
So
shot.
starts
yeah?
B, holding headshot angle, whiffs on. Oh, so this was that round. So holding headshot angle, whiffs on 2 guys running across. Needs to be specific and tell them how many he hears. Gets really nice 3K. So this was that round where you instantly killed him with the nice 3K when you're
My
back
ult's
calls.
ready.
So you saw 2 at a headshot angle here. You whiffed on the first guy. Obviously, we know why that's a problem. You need to instantly delete him if you're gonna hold this angle, because there's peeker's advantage in this angle. When you're holding it like this and he swings you, he's gonna react, and you're smaller target because you're crouched as well. So all he has to do is really just react fast enough to put his crosshair where your head is. You're like near your body and you're dead. So you need to delete this guy coming out. And I noticed you're holding a tight angle on a run out angle, as in a wide swing angle. Okay, there's 2 ways to really hold an angle in this game. I'm not sure what it's like in Siege, but in Valorant there's a tight angle and a wide angle. Okay, where you hold a corner. This is how you hold a corner. There's 2 really ways. You're not gonna hold it out here, right? You're gonna hold it here or here. You're holding the tight angle, but this angle is a wide angle, as in people do not walk out like this.
Yeah, they're gonna just
they don't
full
walk
sprint,
up.
or
They're gonna full swing together, and they kind of did. Oh, this specific situation, they both ran out, right? They both jumped across just to not get killed off this angle that somebody might hold, and you can kind of see it in their play. That's why people want to get out of this site quickly. B specifically on this map, right? Because nobody is gonna 5-man walk down like this. Okay, they're gonna throw a flash and all start swinging, because there's just too much going on where they need a clear pillar right here, and then actively start coming up together. So they're stuck in like a corridor, right? Look at this laneway where it's so easy for a defender to just swing that. So that's why they immediately start coming out. But what I was explaining is, there's a tight angle for when they walk out only. This is an angle you hold when you expect / know or think they're gonna just walk out. Like, in a 1v1 situation, you have the bomb down, whatever maybe, or you're defusing or you're the attacker, doesn't matter. You think he's gonna walk out, okay, you just hold his tight angle to kill him, especially immediately. If you think he's gonna swing your ass, as in he has info, you're here, you made a footstep or something, you gotta get ready for that wide angle because he's gonna swing, right? So because when you're holding a tight angle and they come wide, you have to adjust, and it's vice versa. If you come wide and they come slow, you gotta readjust. This one's probably much easier to do though, because
Okay.
the speed at which they're swinging kind of throws a lot of people off. So, and it's unexpected. You kind of have to go this way, right? But coming back this way is a little bit easier. It's a little bit more controlled, to me at least. But in this angle, hold wide, because they're gonna wide swing you or come wide. They always go towards this box. Yep, go ahead.
I feel like I was holding it a little wide. Was it just
No,
not wide
it was,
enough?
it was just not wide enough. I would come a little bit wider. Okay, you're a little bit
Okay.
on the tighter side. You're like here, just come wide,
Yeah.
like here, where they're gonna.
Okay.
They need to come out and look to see what's going on, right? Off their flash or whatever. Obviously, if it's flash, you're not gonna hold it. You're just gonna come back, right? Just come back. And also, if there's multiple, like, don't start the round holding it, auto AFK holding it. Okay. What I do is I wait, so I listen, because I know how this site is played right here. Okay, they don't walk up. Okay, when they're going B, they're going B. I explained to another student, when they're going B, they go B. They all start coming wide, swinging. They try to cross here, so that way they can also clear this top screens where maybe not in your lobbies, but my lobbies, this is the most common spots during rifle rounds to clear after they've gone through that first section, because a lot of the times people play an op here. Okay, they're waiting and they're hidden by this pillar where they cannot, obviously some people play like this too, but most people play an op here where they get caught off guard, right? I'll kind of show you. The attackers will clear this angle like this. They're gonna look, okay, first step is they always clear this off angle. They look pillar, one guy will hold this, and then they start coming wide again. But that's why you can't really see this guy, and it's such a good angle, and that's why people play it. It's because they're so concentrated on here and back calls where this guy just instantly just killing them with an op. So you kind of get my point there. It's like,
Yeah.
like, they're gonna come wide, they're gonna come fast when they come B, and you can kind of see that in your game. Like, the times they came B, they came super fast. That was it. Okay, the times they
Okay.
didn't come B at all, you sat here for 5, 10, 20 seconds and there was nothing happening. You need to identify right away, specifically on this site, this map. Okay, if they're not rushing up or swinging wide immediately, they're probably not coming B. There are times they do like a late lurk, or they wait for you as well for the jiggle to see if you're there. But you get what I mean. Like, this site, they're immediately gonna swing out, start of the round, making noise. Like, you're gonna hear them from here. So what I was gonna say is, like, if there's multiple people, you hear them running down, coming wide, throwing utility, a Reyna flash down here, whatever, just jiggle it. Don't just swing into them. Just gain some info. Do a jump peek. Okay, this is an information peeking mechanic. This is as well, because you're not in a position to fight. All right, you're not gonna fight like this. Okay, but this would be a fighting mechanic, peeking mechanic. Crouch peek, wide swing, jiggle. Okay, but the jiggle is also an information thing as well when there's multiple players. But yeah, you just held a little bit tight. I'm not saying it was like here on this, but it was a little bit too tight where if they're running across, you have to adjust again. Just have it like out here. Okay, like right here. Okay, then because you had it really tight headshot angle, like it was like here, if I remember correct. It was like here, and then you're like right. So let's just move on with this note. So with Sun 2 guys running across, needs to be specific. So here as well, you didn't tell them how many. You just said they're B main. You probably can hear on the VOD. You need to tell them to B main and tell them the agents Vice, this and that, Tejo, whatever it may be, because that's probably just as important, if not more important, than just saying two there. You gotta tell them who is there. That's the next step of communication, like super advanced, where we're trying to identify who is where's where they like to play, which agent is here, what are they doing with these type of agents, stuff like that, because their utilities can tell you what they want to do, stuff like that. Okay, and then you got a really nice 3K. You went back calls, boom, boom, boom. You just went bang, 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 and you killed him. Like one guy ran out, like bang, bang, bang. Right, great job, really good job, really good kills, nice and calm. I like that. You never panicked one bit in those fights. So that was really good by you. A little bit of pros and cons. Round 6, and some of these rounds will be really crazy, like in terms of like really deep, and some will just be, you know, I just wrote down what was really going on. If there's not much happening, it's not gonna be much happening. So round 6 starts B. They think it's A. They rotate. He's in link, here's one mid, and walks out double doors. And I wrote, takes a long fight. So this is that round where you fought the race here. Remember, you started B, they're going A, you started rotating. You were kind of, there was a little bit of hesitation in terms of your decision. You didn't know where to go or what to do. So you ended up just going double doors. And then you got caught a little bit off guard. Not saying I'm fully, but you're like, oh fuck, he's here, right? Because, so that's what I mean is always clear every single corner when you're coming out mid. Because people love hiding here. You don't know how many people I catch here where they don't clear me, just walking out, just boop, dead. So, like, you should be dead here, to be honest, in my opinion. If he was holding you, you should be dead, okay? Because it's such an off angle, you're not going to expect him. Unless you flash out, dog, clear him, or, you know, kind of jiggle it. So, here, you take a long fight. It's just a little bit of whiffing. You're like, and you ended up killing him. You recovered, you whipped, and you focused on him, and you kill him, which was great. I love that type of aim. You know, we're probably in the same category. I have that similar type of aim as well, where, you know, even if I do whiff, I have a good recovery. Like I can instantly delete them or whatever after, if I got caught off guard. So and then double doors takes a long fight and kills Raze. Crosshair placement needs work. You're kind of rotating, and your crosshair was like body level on the ground here.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. In Siege, it's kind of like everything's completely level, like it's all flat 4.
Right.
But in this game, it's the terrain's much
right.
different, so it's harder. I think I just need more playtime to be able to adjust.
The way this game is so bad, the way the angles are kind of represented are really terrible. They're not realistic. Everything's boxy, squarish, hard clears, a lot of level changes, right? Like if you come from here to here, the angle changes as well, where, you know, this is about head level. Like I don't need to be up here, right? Like it kind of changes, and then if I start running, it goes lower and lower, and then starts going higher and higher and higher and higher. I got to readjust. So there's a lot of level changes in this game in terms of making sure that you need to actively always have it head level. I'm coming down, I'm bringing it down with me. Okay, I'm coming over here. Okay, if I'm coming up, okay, it's gonna come up now. It's gonna come up. Okay, it's going. You kind of get what I mean, right? It's a lot of level changes, stuff like that. So you gotta. And this game is more of a horizontal game, but still there's some type of verticality in terms of crosshair placement, level changing, like the levels going up and down, stuff like that in terms of angles. So that's that. Crosshair placement needs work. 1v2 situations. This was that round where it was 2v2. Your clove dies, or whoever. He kills the clove ults, and then you just immediately. You know, I don't mind this play, as in run away. It's a safe play. It's a smart play because you know she's gonna die. It's gonna be 1v1. But you know, I would probably just ult here. And then just force yourself to fight this clove, because there wasn't too much time. It was ticking for a while. Like it was down. The bomb was down for 15 seconds, so it wasn't enough time. If it just got planted, I think it's fine the way you played it. It's probably, I give that a pretty well played. But it just wasn't enough time, because you know you waited for the ult to go down. It went down. You immediately started trying to take the space back. You know, and then when I looked at the bomb when you got here, it was too late. There's an indicator on the bomb that shows how much, when is the last chance to defuse, and once that goes off, you cannot defuse anymore. So there's a one light, like the first 10 seconds, and then there's like another ring of light that comes from the bomb, and the third ring of light that comes out once you have not defused before that, there's not enough time. So when I saw the bomb, you'll see it in the VOD too. When you get here, the third light starts pinging. It's just not enough time, so I knew that you cannot defuse, and then it doesn't matter whether you killed him or you died, but it's more about this sequence. I'd rather you just ult here, okay, 1v2. He's not gonna run at you when the ult is running at him. He's gonna start running away. So then you force him off. You throw a flash. He's blinded. He's over here blind. You kill him, and then you start. The second cabbage is gonna go towards that guy, so that you can kind of know immediately where it is. That's what they call it, cabbage. It's kind of cabbage. Yeah, that's what they used to call it back then all the time. Cabbage coming to me and stuff like that. Okay, so nothing too crazy in this round, but just this one fight and also the mid fight. Just instantly delete him. I know you're capable. I know it's early in the game too. You're probably nervous, but your shots start getting more clean later on. But you know, get ready for this angle, okay? Because it was unexpected. I could tell it was unexpected. You got a little bit scared, because you know he's the timing and stuff like that. So make sure you're vigilant when you're, especially mid. Okay, mid is the most vigilant area you should be. Not on this map, on every single map. Clear every fucking corner on any side. Okay, so that's that. Just here, alt, flash, dog, whatever it may be. You had pretty much everything, so do that. Okay. The next thing is, so I wrote 1v2 situation. He kills Clove, waits for Clove to die. Should maybe alt and fight with flash, or flash fight. Okay, so any option was good here, but you just kind of waited too long. Or you could have even stayed here and you heard him running up, just have an off angle and just delete him and then go, and you would have an extra 10 seconds. But you waited the full duration, like you ran away, so he knew that as well. So all he had to do, that's really all he's trying to do, is buy time. So we gotta kind of identify these situations. Round 7 starts Art. They go B. He takes space down mid and tells his team. They come back to him. He's auto spraying. No recoil control, so he starts Art, they go B, and he starts so you came through here, which I really like. You know, you needed, I probably said it on stream too. I'm like, oh, I like this. He's walking, he's identified that they're likely not towards mid, and you know that because they have not been playing mid that much, and they are, you know, going B. My teammates tell me, or I see them on the mirror, whatever it may be. But again, here, be really vigilant. Okay, when you come out, okay, you always hold this because there's an angle where people come up from shops and hold this walkout. So you come, always clear the off angle. So you come out wide, cross peek if you want. Okay, start looking here, have crosshair placement. You come tight wide because you're protected by this wall to clear this. Okay, you look back, it's clear, and then you come wide again. Okay, you clear right here. Okay, then you start taking space. Make sure they're not on this off corner, stuff like that. Clear here. Okay, you kind of get what I mean. Like, that's how you clear it from Art side. Be really, really vigilant every single corner. Even when you come to here, don't just start walking by this. Clear here, because people will sit here. You know, clear, come here, make sure they can't see you for a little bit. Come, clear this. Always clear under here. Look back a little bit, and then get ready for your flank. Okay, it's like being super cautious. Okay, so what did I write? Sorry. Starts Art. They go B. Takes space down mid and tells his team, great. You're like, oh, I'm going down mid. They're going B. Great. They come back to him. He's auto spraying, no control. So they came back to you. I can't remember. Did they run back to you? Do you remember this round? We have the VOD, so it's fine. But you know, I just trying to remember.
I think they might have rotated, or I could be wrong.
Something happened. I should have been more specific. He's auto spraying. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. We'll watch the VOD. But it says you're spraying no recoil control. So you probably got in a fight somewhere, whether it's Link, or you know they're coming back after you took space, and then it's just spraying. But you know, overall, I didn't really see too much from you, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just more so. This could probably be more in the pros rounds, as in taking space. You did a good job identifying what's going on, stuff like that. Okay, let's just move on from this round. You could just write.
Would you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you say spraying is basically always bad?
No. If you look at APAC, you know APAC as in the Asian Pacific.
No, I don't know any pro players or anything like
that.
No,
it's not a pro player. It's the region.
Oh, okay.
So there's NA, EU. Okay. APAC is all of Asia and Australia and those guys. So that's what APAC stands for. Asia Pacific, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever the acronym is. But so in their style, APAC. Okay, I coached the APAC guy, Clove player. His lobby, everybody, okay, is just crouch shooting. Okay, do you know who Primi is? Probably not. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you do. So he's, you know, the prime example of an APAC player. He's insta crouch spraying, shooting, one tapping wherever there's a burst, shooting, spraying. Doesn't matter.
He's so funny.
Right, but. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. He understands, and I do this too. I was actually a crouch sprayer as well. I've incorporated more dead zoning later on, but you know, I still crouch. I consider myself more of an Apex style type player as well. It's more traditional Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike's a lot of crouch shooting, right? So I'm a Counter-Strike player, so that's where I have that bad habit. But I only use it when it's a Mortal Plus. Why? Because I understand when you're in a Mortal Plus, everyone has elite headshot crosshair placement where it's always head level. Where, you know, if we both swing and take a fight, people are just going to instantly delete you. So that's where I started, and I'm sure that's where the pros do it too. If you watch pro games, a lot of the pros, they all crouch fight in almost all the fights, because they understand that their crosshair placement is so solid where if I crouch and fight, he has to adjust down to me. It's not instant kill, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but at the
I seen something like that before.
But at the lower levels, it's different because their crosshair level is on the neck's body level, where when you crouch, their crosshair placement's automatically on their head, so they're instantly killing you. They're not at head level. If this is head level, they're a little bit lower. So when you crouch, right, they're instantly dead. You're instantly dead. But at the higher levels, they're up here. So when you crouch, they need to readjust, and it gives you that split second to instantly kill people. So I don't think it's a bad thing. It's all preference, it's all style. But one thing I've actually identified is that in NA, people frown down upon insta crouch peeking or stuff like crouch fighting a lot, because I don't know why. It's just a culture, like a NA thing, where we kind of
I understand.
we just value more standing up and going like this and fighting like this. Asians, or not Asians, but Apex server, they're just more like, come here, boom, kill this guy, boom, come here, come here. Obviously there's pros and cons. Like when you're crouch fighting multiple people, it's hard because you're stationary, you're crouched stuck in one spot, right? But that's why the NA guys kind of like the more like, okay, I'm here, I'm over here, I can move, the free range of movement, if you will. But Apex is just, I don't know, it's just really regional in my opinion. EU is a mix of both, but they're kind of more on this as well. But there are a lot of crouch spammers in EU because they all come from Counter-Strike, and Counter-Strike is like, a lot of crouch fighting, so stuff like that. I don't think it's bad. I'm not saying you should not do it. If you're gonna do it, you wait until you're higher level, like Ascendant 3+, because even in diamonds, their crosshair placement's not good enough where you're gonna throw them off. Okay, it just won't work. It's a little bit of a elo thing, a meta game.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's the same thing in Siege. Like, bad players don't aim at the head, and then you crouch and you die.
Yeah, exactly. And then you wouldn't crouch in that elo, right? It's like, it just makes sense logically. You'd start using it when their crosshair placement's super good. It's just always headshot. Okay, now I gotta start throwing this player base off because they're just too good, right? And it's a little bit of just the I guess a micro meta game in terms of what elo you are and stuff like that. I guess it's a macro, but yeah, let's just move on from that one. So, and obviously just control your spray if you're gonna spray. We'll go through it at the end of the session. I'll show you a bunch of really good exercises that will be your next baseline. So round 8, holding B long for a long time. First contact, they start running A. He needs to hold link, re-peek long, or take space mid, 5v3 retake. He should have ulted or used flash. So I remember this round kind of, you were looking here for like 15 seconds. Remember what I told you on the site? If they're going B, they're going B. You would have heard them by now. So stay here for 5 seconds, jiggle it a little bit. Let's say if your team is here, you don't need to go mid. But obviously this is lower level. They just start running off and giving up the space, so you picked it up. So that's fine. But at the higher levels, you would really just sit here forever and just do this forever, because they've got this and art until they start dying. Then you gotta have to start looking over it and making sure they have not crossed into your spawn through double doors, stuff like that. But obviously here it's like, this elo is different, but I'm trying to set you up for a higher elo. So here, once you see you're here for 5 seconds, 7 seconds, like max, okay, they're not going B anymore. Okay, even if it was a late lurk, a guy waiting to hear anything, he would have walked down in 7 seconds already. He's gonna wait 3-4 seconds and then we'll start walking. So right here, you need to identify not coming B. Guys, nothing B long. Watch your mid, watch your A, because again, remember the thirds I told you. If you've got all of this in terms of information, okay, obviously if they come back, it's different story, whatever. But as of right now, I've cleared this third of the map. I know they're not coming B. We're the defenders. We need to know where they're going, right? It doesn't matter. So you can just automatically deduct, guys, they're towards mid or A main, right? So then you came, so you started running, you came link, and I wrote he needs to hold, and you stayed here AFK, like in the middle of the link, just you were unsure, right? He needs to hold link, as in you hold it over here. Okay, you can, standing there and standing here is the same thing. It's just this will give you cover, and you can do information stuff too. Oh, I hear one. Oh, I see two. Oh, right. So stuff like that. So you can come here, and then I wrote needs to hold link, re-peek long, or take space mid. So for example, you started here, right, and you held it. Okay, they're not coming. You went link, immediately start wanting to take the space mid. Okay, obviously not wait your knife out or not run, but just walk up. They're not in A yet, just wait. Okay, no, I got double doors. They could be going back B long. Obviously you wouldn't say that until the guys start saying, oh, they're rotating off A. But just take the space, clear it how I showed you, okay, and then make another deduction, okay, because then we can use both informations, this information later on where you will be. So I've cleared this. There's nothing there. My team's telling me, hey, there's a lot of A main. I come out here. I want to take the space. I kind of walked up, cleared it. Okay. Now I've cleared down mid. Okay. Where are they going to be? It's super simple. Should not get this wrong. Off the information we've just did ourselves. Not even seen our teammates do. We did it. We cleared B main. We came back mid, cleared it. Where are they going to be?
Honestly, I don't know.
A. Right?
Okay.
Because like I told you, we know that if they go B, they're gonna go B. They would have 4 people swung out wide and make a bunch of noise, start smoking, but they didn't. You were there for 10 seconds, holding it, AFK, no late lurk. Okay, you came back link, and obviously this is more hypothetical, but we took the space now after you did this. You, as in we, as in you took this. Okay, guys, there's nothing mid. Okay, where can they be? Right, A, because we can. Obviously, there are gonna be times where people are kind of here, but it's just not really, it's not gonna be that often that they do. It's gonna be very, very low chance that there's a guy. Maybe if you guys have been running down B long and mid a lot, where this guy's just waiting for people to lurk, those are the occasions they'll be here. But you can generally understand that once we've cleared this for 20 seconds, my team's telling me, hey, there's a couple A main or 1 or 2. We come mid and clear all of mid shops and then start walking top mid, and we're not dead. Again, there's one of our teammates still art. They're gonna be here. Right, it's easy really to deduct that. So again, picking up on this information is crucial because you'll use it later down the line, right? I know that there not be or anyone there. I was here 30 seconds AFK waiting. Nobody's coming. Okay, my team's telling me there's some A main. I walk down mid. Okay, there's no lurker. There's no duo here, as in the 2 people making a play or waiting or anything. Okay, there can only be A. Start telling my team at this moment once it's clear. Guys, I cleared B main. I walked down mid. I think they're leaning to, obviously talking possibilities. You're not 100% certain, but tell them I'm pretty sure they're leaning towards A main. Guys, get ready, and then they'll start all rotating wherever they are towards the stack A while you have a flank. And then let's say you get to here and you hear them running off. Guys, they're rotating off. Sometimes you're going to have to fight because there's no time to get back. Okay, and try to get at least minimum 2. 1 is not enough in this situation. You need to kill 2. Okay, and sometimes you'll play it safe where you just kind of sit here and you just hear all 4 or 5, however many, start running off. Guys are running back B. You can play it multiple ways, and then they'll from A, stacked A, come all the way back, and then you're just going to lurk behind them. Stuff like that. Okay. Kind of get what I mean? Any questions on that?
Yeah.
No. So, these information where it looks useless, it's super important. Okay, you cleared this mentally earlier, 10 seconds ago. You come here, clear it. This, okay, it's gonna be, they're not gonna be in this general area. It's all, generally they won't be here. There'll be times there will be one straggler, one lurker, like playing some fucked up angle, waiting for you. But that's a different story. Really, that really depends if you've been doing this play a lot. Then they adjust in real time and be like, okay, they just walk down mid because we don't play it. I'm gonna wait here, but that's a much higher elo thing, like ascendant 3+ maybe. So mid ascendant plus. So that's that. So what else did I write here? So you need to hold this once this is clear. Okay, I'm not saying walk down here 100% every time. I'm just saying once you identify they're not coming here, tell them, guys, nothing be long. I'm gonna hold link. Okay, and then you can just kind of you can hold 2 angles in one spot, as in, okay, because this is a crucial piece of the map. Like, you don't understand how crucial link is, because you can do so much. The attackers can come in here, go to your spawn, and also into A, right, and or down B link and lurk or whatever. So this mid area is super, and it's not like this art guy, if he's here, he can't help you if they go that side. He has to come all the way through this connector where they're gonna cut him off, because if 3 people come in here, 1 guy's gonna go in here, wait, and the 2 people are gonna walk down, stuff like that. So this part of the map is super crucial on defense, and that's why this is a little bit of a attacker sided map in my opinion, where some people will say it's defender sided because the rotations for defenders are quick. You see how it's kind of narrowed down into the defender. It's quick from them to go from here to here, but from the attackers to go from here to here is super long. You see the distance? So that's why some people consider this a defender-sided map, but I consider a attacking-sided map because you can do way more as an attacker. You can fuck them up. Start split A through R through double doors. You just start running it down their spawn, and they're just cut in half, right? They just get cut in half. A lot of times you'll see in the higher elo games where they've made an aggressive play, or even pro play, aggressive line to come down mid, and they're already in their spawn, and the defenders cannot connect, as in play together. There's 2 guys here, 3 guys here, and then they start pinching through main or B main, whatever it may be. You can kind of get what I mean. But this mid area is super crucial. So come here, clear that. It's cleared. Okay, I got link, guys. I got link. Okay, you start hearing noise here. Okay, yo, I hear one B main. You know, maybe you won't run off, but give it some time. Okay, just make sure there's not a lurk. And then you tell your team, you know, your teammate comes over. You tell, yo, pick up link. I'm gonna pick up B main. Okay, and you throw a flash, info flash. Okay, blinded. Okay, guys, I hear 1 or 2, stuff like that. Okay, can kind of get what I mean. So, get creative with it. A little swagger. Okay, don't just run where they're going every single time and react. It kind of comes to that point. Don't react to them. Okay, you're a smart guy. You're much smarter than this lobby. Okay, use that. Okay, you're better than them. So don't get fooled by anything. Okay, they're starting A. I'm gonna just be patient. Hold this by myself. AFK anchoring. These are the times you can be really by yourself. On defense, on attack, you should really play with your duelist. But you know, if you've made a decision to play here and your team is, you know, off stack somewhere else or something, it's your duty to hold everything else down. So, you know, even if it's maybe scaring you by yourself, this is your job. You must hold this down and make sure that no one's coming behind you. So, you know, be a little bit cautious as well. Don't just AFK 3 minutes staring here, because you're gonna shit your pants when this guy walks up behind you. It just knifes you. Okay, so don't just stay AFK. Just jiggle it. You know, even if you wanted help, let's say there's like 1 guy here and 1 guy here of your team, and then there's like 2 guys here. You know, tell the guy in connector, hey, can you pick it up? And obviously he's not gonna pick it up on the same angle, but he'll pick up the angle where now he will know if they're crossing. So he'll play it here. He'll play it here. He might play it even here if he wants an aggressive line, or over here, or over here if it's more safer line, or over here, or this angle as well, where he just wants to see if they're walking down or whatever maybe. So you can kind of get my point. Tell your team to just pick things up, so that way you can go back here, flash it. Okay, nothing's there. I got it, bro. You can go back A now. Okay, so there's a little bit of synergy and communication involved that you will use at the higher levels. That's how higher levels play, where they're actively got each other's back. Okay, you're telling me you're gonna go clear B main, I'm gonna pick this up, and then you're telling me you're coming back. Okay, and telling me to leave, I'm gonna go, stuff like that, or vice versa. As in, I would be here, I'll be like, yo, I'll pick up link, go watch B main real quick, just in case, and I'll pick this up. I'll be like, okay, is it clear? He's like, yeah, it's clear. I was like, okay, watch link, I'm going back to A, stuff like that. So you can kind of get a sense of high level players playing. Okay, that's how they play. So with that note, I'm not saying this is mandatory, walking down mid every round, but it should be like your second thought, especially when you've cleared A and you're up on this point and don't hear anything. It's a different story if you hear 3, you're not gonna walk through. Okay, but if you hear nothing and you see 3 or 4 or 2, okay, just try to see what's up. Try to see. I'm not saying commit, but just kind of see. You can even come up here, be like, yo, I got all double door side. There's nothing here. Just come back, and then you tell the guy on art. They could be towards you, bro, but I cleared B main and towards double doors, right? Stuff like that. So that's that. Let's move on. Oh, so wait, so there's one last point on this note. It was sorry, where is it? Where is this? Yeah, so repeat long or take space mid, 5v3 retake. He should have ulted or used flash. So again, you know, it's 5v3. Just use your. I'm pretty sure you guys lost this round. It doesn't matter if you lost it or not, but I'm just trying to explain that, you know, you probably would have had a huge impact by ulting. There's 3 people. Remember what I told you? There's 3 people alive, so it's gonna find all 3. It's not like there's 4, so you won't know where 1 is. Okay, it's all 3. So it will find 3. The cabbages will find 3 people, and then you can play accordingly. Okay, 2's going main, 1's going art. You are the one to tell them that. Okay, because you're the one looking at your ult. You're the one that's ulted your utility. So you ult 2 go main or 2 go art. You tell them, guys, 2 art, 1 main. You automatically know when the cabbages start going in a direction. You know they're there, whether it hits them or not. You just know if 2 goes there, there's 2 over there. If 2 go over here, 2 go over there. You get my point? So in this moment, just ult. I know you don't want to, or you know, some of my students are scared of just pulling this out and don't want to get away from their gun. I've been there too, but just use it. It's you have good killing potential, so you're gonna replenish this so fast. It only takes 7. Okay, you know, you only need 3 kills and die 3 times, and then pick up an orb and you got it. That's 2 rounds or 2 or 3 rounds. You could even replenish it in 1 round if you get a lot of kills or pick up a lot of orbs or whatever it may be. So you kind of get my point. So just use this, and then you would have map hacked. You would have just immediately know where they are. You know, we don't have to go too deep into it. We just kind of understand what it's for now. It's an information tool. Retake, attack. You know, those those rounds where it's super quiet, 3v3, you guys don't know what the fuck's going on, you know, post-plan, pre-plan entering, it's just so used. This is like one of the most broken ults in my opinion. It's a top 5 ult in my opinion. Okay, let's move on. So round 9, he starts, Art tells team 2 mid, and he goes for a flash play and dies. So I remember this play. Okay, you hurt your your teammate told you there was 2 mid. You started Art on this side, and then you just went like this, or not like that, but you went like this, and then you swung it, and they're just ready for you because they were generally in this direction. Whether you know your teammate told you there's 2, but you just gotta have to assume there's many when he's saying that, especially in mid, because they're not gonna only send 2 to make noise in mid. Usually 2 guys or 1 guy's making noise, and there's a whole team behind them, especially around mid. So you gotta play mid cautiously because we have to understand now as well the angle advantage. Okay, the attackers have the advantage on these angles. Start of the round. I'm not saying mid round or end of the round. Start of the round, when the round starts, they immediately come out and make sure nobody's walking up because they have the better timing. The barrier is only up to here, right? For the attackers. For you guys, it's a little bit farther back, and also there's these angles you must clear before you can look there, right? But them, let's think about it on attacker POV. They just come out like this always, and then they hold it and they come out, walk down together. One guy, you know, with a hover from Shaw and top mid as well. So just be cautious with mid. You know, remember what I told you. Don't just run out. You know, when I mean take space mid, doesn't mean just run out with your knife out. Just you must be super hyper vigilant before you commit on taking the space. Make sure, and you know, there are times too where you do this, you're super vigilant, but he's timing you. You know, you look here to clear, and this guy just instantly deleted you. Okay, those are just the unlucky times, or maybe it was not, you were not efficient enough where you should have had a chance to fight him, or you know, whatever it may be. It's all situational, but you get my point. Just be super hyper vigilant here, especially when you hear multiple. Okay, don't just unless you know for certain you're good for it. That's the only times I'll tell you to do it if you want to do it. Okay, when you're 100% you're good for minimum 1. You need to be 1 here. You need to at least trade out. Okay, if you just do this play every time and never get anything, it's pointless. There's no value in this. What's the point of doing it? You're griefing your teammates, right? You're just putting them at a disadvantage. Let's put them at an advantage. Help your team put them at an advantage. I don't mind this thought process. I like it, but be more patient because the round just started. It's a little bit of understanding timings and pathing where, you know, round just started. They're not going to be up here. They're going to be more towards around here, kind of seeing what's up. So wait, just wait. You know, just, you know, have a teammate holding this so they don't just walk up on you with your flash, and then just wait. Okay, you hear this guy right here, you know it's time to flash because they're that close. You're going to catch them here. So boom, right, flash them, and they're going to be blinded as fuck, and you run out and just start killing. Okay, but you know, when they're over here on this side, he told you they're double door side. They're like, yo, 2 around me, 2 mid around here. Okay, it's not close enough. So once he gave that comm, just wait 3-4 seconds. Just wait. Especially if you don't hear anything, you wait. But if you hear them running, you can kind of easily time it, right? You can. Okay, they're running up, they're close now. Okay, boom, and they're blind. Boom, boom, boom. Peek. Okay, right. Get what I mean? But if they've been called out 2 mid, and then, you know, they cut noise. Okay, you're gonna have to kind of play a little bit more patiently, like kind of wait, maybe jiggle to see. Okay, you jiggle it, he's there. He's like, oh fuck, he's really close. Start flashing and stuff like that. But you get my point. It's just if they're running around to you, it's super easy. Like, okay, they're about to come. Okay, they're really close. I mean, close now, right? Obviously, I blind myself, but you get my point. I'm not very good with Sky. I don't have too many hours, but I understand the role because I play a lot of KO, a lot of Teo, a lot of Breach. So it's the same thing, just different kit. That's really all it is. If you understand these roles, it's the same concepts, these same things you need to know, but it's just a different kit, different play style that you need to slightly adjust to. So that's that. It's the same thing with Breach or KO. You know, I would wait if I got called out. He's like, yo, 2 mid. I would just have my flash out. This is my KO flash, and I would pop flash it and then make sure they're close and then just start swinging out. So it's the same concept. So that's that. Okay, let's move on from this. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bit need of patience here. Identifying that you need to be cautious when he's calling out 2 mid, and if you've heard multiple, let's say he's called 2 but you heard 3, like you may want to back up like a little bit, bro. Like, you're right, like just play it a little bit safer. Don't just feed, don't just run out and die, because they were ready for you. Not because they knew you were gonna flash, but it just was too quick. The timing it's not good enough where they were over here, or you know, top over here, and then they killed you. You gotta wait for them to come up, and you'll get this with time, overplaying, understanding timings, you know, start of the round, how far they can be up, stuff like that. So let's move on. Round 10, he starts B, holding B long, headshot angle. He needs to identify they are not B. After the first few seconds, he got decent calm aim. So this is not too crazy of a round. I noticed the third time you held this, I'm like, you're just stuck here, right? You know, the first time, you know, for me, first 5 seconds, if they're not out swinging out using utility, smoking this to come across, they're not coming B. Okay, even if they're late lurking and you're holding this for 20 seconds, he would have walked out by now. So it's a little bit of a map knowledge, understanding the map awareness, map timing, stuff like that. You'll learn through time. I've told you this one, so it's easy. Now you know, if I hold this and it's 10 seconds, bro, they're not coming. Just go somewhere else, or you know, be in a position where you can hear them walk down. Just hold something else, kind of come back to it, that, etc., etc. So I wrote needs to identify they're not B after the first few seconds, and I just wrote he's got decent calm aim. So if I remember correctly, you got 2 or 1 really nice kill where I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, you should have lost that fight, but you recovered, and then you looked at his head and you instantly killed him. So you have a little bit of a really good precision mechanic there going on, micro adjustment. This is a pro round, nothing crazy. Round 11 still has his ult, starts art, gets 2 decent kills. So it's the same thing here. Not really worried about how, like, the kills and where you're killing them, okay? Because you know, you did it well. Like, you just have to keep doing it well. We don't have to go too deep into like theory of like, oh, if he could have been, he'd kill him here and then come right. Like, it doesn't really matter at this level. Once you start getting higher level, then we'll start worrying about that. But right now, you just really need to worry about deleting these kids every single time, like you were later in the game. Just every single time, you should be doing 1v3s very often in this elo, because of your aim, your style of aim, your mechanics are solid, and just elos, everyone's just terrible. The fights are 10 seconds long. Okay, you need to be immediately deleting these kids every single time, whether you're holding an angle, whether you're swinging, whatever it may be. Just delete these kids. You're better than them. Have a little bit of confidence as well, not a ego, but just a confidence. Okay, I'm better than these guys. I know my abilities on deleting these guys. If I just use a little bit of my good movement positioning and my game sense, understanding where they're gonna go, these concepts where, okay, it could be a fake, being 1 step ahead of them, you're gonna destroy the silo and climb really, really, really fast. Okay, and I do believe you really have that potential, and I'm not just glazing, I'm being 100% honest. Okay, so round 12, he starts B. Default calm is walking B when they are full executing sight. He saw 2 in a 4v2 and didn't tell them how many were there. So you know, when you feel like they're coming B, your default communication is they're walking up B, guys. But if you watch those 2 times where they fully executed, they're like up here. This is not walking up. This is full execution mode. Okay, and then this round as well, you're here making that calm. You're like, they're walking up here. They're coming towards B, and you saw the KO here. I saw the KO here. Throw his knife. Okay, and then you saw the Clovis shoulder here as well when he was like looking or whatever. So you have identified yourself that it was a 4v2 situation at this point. You know, it was like 5v5s. You guys started trading out, started murdering them, and then it was a 4v2, and they're close on you. You kept saying they're walking up. They're not walking up at this point. Before they're up here, you need to tell them, guys, they're coming in right now. I hear a lot, stuff like that. And also right here, obviously you're focused on killing them, but you need to communicate here, guys, there's 2 on me, 2 screens right here, right to my right, 2 right here, 2, because they're the remaining 2. Right, we got to be specific and detailed. Okay, am I lagging?
A little bit.
Okay, so but I can hope you can hear me. But do you get my point? Like, you need to tell them that they're here, and also that they're not walking up. You gotta just tell them they're executing. Have a sense of urgency in your comms, and also be assertive / certain. Like, you 100% know, like, definitively. Okay. Obviously, there's times where they run up 5. You're like, they're running, rotate, and then they just cut noise and they rotate off, right? And in those moments, you gotta identify. Okay, yo, they're not in. They go back. Right? These guys will be caught from A going to mid, and you tell them, yo, they're not in. It's not an execution. Just chill. Hold mid, hold A main, anchor, stuff like that. So that's a little bit on you to identify that. But you're telling them they're walking up. They weren't walking up. They're fully executing. And you know, we can kind of just generalize as well. Like in the silo, they're probably not gonna run those plays that I told you, those advanced concepts. But I just explained it to you so you can see how higher level people think. But you know, just probably just communicate to your team that they're coming in, because you know at this elo they just run it down. There's not really much else to it. It starts getting like more advanced around plat, maybe gold, maybe not even gold, like high plat, mid plat is when they start incorporating these concepts. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But I'm just trying to set you up to think like a high level player, so you need to know those concepts though. Because some immortal people don't even know those concepts, and it's like it boggles my mind, like how the hell did you get to this rank without knowing these concepts? Like you got lucky as fuck or boosted or you bought your account, right? So round 13 they start A, so we're on attack now, and these rounds might be a little bit more thicker. They start A, Reyna entries, he doesn't even flash for him, doesn't even flash for his team or set them up, gets decent kill flower guy and smoke. So do you remember this round where you guys came down on pistol round? You had a ghost.
Yeah, I remember that.
I probably would recommend you not buying a ghost all the time. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but you know, okay, in this elo, it's fine. Okay, you can just keep buying ghosts and no utility. But the higher you go, you're gonna have to start sacrificing what you want to buy for the team. You know, for example, you know, when I play Sage on pistol round, whether it's defense or attack, I just know that if I buy a ghost on Sage, it's fucking useless. I need to buy the wall. I need to get all of my, whether it's just the wall and the light shield. But I take it one step further. Most people will just buy a light shield and the wall on pistol round on Sage. I take it one step further. I buy no armor. I get both slows and her wall. So I have like crazy utility on pistol where I can just double slow somebody in area for 20-30 seconds, right? So you kind of see where I'm getting at with that thought process. Like I've sacrificed my playstyle, what I want to buy, my kit in terms of gun, weapon for the team, for us to have a better chance of winning. And I would kind of recommend that style of playing when you're playing Initiator, Controller, Sentinel. But you know, this elo, just don't even think like that. Just buy what you want, it's fine. Until you probably get around gold, plat, that's when you need to start sacrificing for the team. Okay, maybe not gold, but probably around plat. Okay, buying a ghost isn't bad. Just you gotta know the pros and cons. Like you're not gonna have your dog and flashes and your heals, stuff like that. Like you're gonna be limited in what you can really do. And as an initiator, we gotta, you know, make sure we're not limited in what we can do because our kit is so fucking strong, right? So, you know, flash them in, because you'll see it in the VOD. The Reyna was out here. Sorry, I'm just flashing myself. But the Reyna was here, and you like wanted to flash like a little bit too late, bro. Like you gotta, once you guys get up here, and I'll show you how you guys clear A. So, at the higher levels. Okay, this is the most common spot on A main. Okay, people will actively run up, whether you guys hear them or not. They don't give a fuck to get this angle advantage. Because it's a super hard off angle to clear. You must flash, use utility, or swing together to kill them. Okay, and if you do not kill this guy as a team, you guys pretty much have loss of all of A main. Let's say for example you guys swing 5 people, he kills 2 and TP's off on chamber, or you know he's a Reyna, he kills 2 and TP's off, and it's a 3v5. You guys cannot commit here. It's almost GG. Like on this side of the map, you guys gonna have to start rotating or really commit hard. Where that's not a good idea. Where there's multiple people that are already ready for you and you're man down. So, you must kill this guy here. Like it's almost a given. If you kill this guy, the site is almost free at the higher levels, not in your levels, but higher levels. You must kill this guy. So a lot of the times what I do when I play Duelist and I'm Reyna, I know that they run up, so I run up as well. I don't care if they hear me, and I just throw a flash right here, like a little bit up here, like, you know, I'm not showing it properly, but that way it covers here, and this guy holding it where he's crazy to just stand there AFK in my flash because we're swinging, right? So because at the higher levels, the Phoenix will come up, run up, like, you know, especially if they have utility to flash or a breach, they'll run up and just flash and swing. There's 3 people blind and they're killing. So that's why this space is super important. You'll see it in pro play too. They'll use whatever piece of information. They might even dog if they're having a hard time killing this guy. This guy's an AWP. Yeah, whatever. There's 3 people here. They'll dog to clear this area. So, stuff like that. But obviously this elo, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just, you know, if you hear him running up, just flash. Okay? Immediately flash, because he's going to get caught with his pants down right here. Blinded. You guys are going to swing his ass. He's dead. Okay? If you don't hear anything, you probably should just let your duelists kind of work it first. Don't go first, because they need your kit to get on the site. So, you know, but once you get up to here, always clear this box as well. So I'll kind of run through how I would clear this. So, you know, I'm a Reyna. You know, we come wide. We all come swing this together. We hold this off angle. This is an off angle as well. I'll show you. Okay, because they can sit here and just hold you crossing. Okay, and dodge flashes as well. So always clear that. Clear the tuck corner. You guys come here. And then you guys would look here as a team, look flower. They would throw the smokes down wherever it is, where there's flower, or even if they didn't want to throw the smokes first, they just wanted to see. They would just, you know, we would come out together. One guy would start holding this. 3 guys would walk up. 1 guy's holding this. 2 guys would walk up. Now we'd clear close. Then they start throwing the smokes and execute. But so once you get to here, be the leader, bro. Tell your team, right? You're the initiator, right? It's in the name, initiator. You initiate contact. So that's your job. You need to set your team up for contact. So you tell them, guys, I'm gonna dog. Start dogging. Start following my dog. Okay, close right clear. Art's clear. Backside clear, bro. Check dog out. Or maybe you even cleared it. I cleared dog out, guys. You just automatically clear the whole site with 1 piece of utility. Your teammate is following the dog as well. So it's not like you're taking space and then it goes away. You're taking space and actively holding the space because they're running out with your dog as well. And then they can set up accordingly or go wherever accordingly. Stuff like that. You get what I mean? So you need to be the leader. Tell them, I'm flashing you in. Flash you in. Okay, you ready for a flash? Call the flash. And he says he's not. Ask him. Okay, tell me when to flash. And he's like, now. Okay, flash, whatever it may be. So it's a little bit of playing with off your duelist and setting him up and having some synergy there. Because you just let them run in and you just following them, and then you had your ghost and you're just spamming a smoke, and then right, like you're just really going through the motions of entering, but you're not really entering. Your team is doing all the work, but entering is a part of the initiator's role. It's like duelist and initiator mainly, that's their role, is to really entry and make sure things are safe for their team. Okay, so you know, could have done anything. Flash, dog, just when you get here, start dogging. I clear close right, guys. Okay, I don't really say anything hard. Okay, backside's clear. Okay, well I kind of did that last part bad, but you know, keep coming. Come here. Backside's clear, art's clear. Okay, maybe nothing flower, and then just come like that. Like, you know, you shoot it at the end towards dugout, then you can clear that as well. If you didn't, you tell them could be dugout, right? You speak in possibilities, unless you 100% know you saw him, a question mark, stuff like that. So any questions on that note?
No, I think I got it.
Okay, good. So you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just initiate for your team and then really set them up for success. Because you know, you probably would want the same if you played duelist or smokes. You would want the initiator to kind of make it safe for you guys as well. So let's move on from that. So and you got a good kill here, so that was really nice. You got the kill, it opened up the site, so you guys can deduct less players because it's a 5v4. You know, usually on A they play 2 to 3, so you know, if you kill one, it's gonna be 1 or 2 max. So you can kind of deduct that type of stuff easily. Okay, round 14 tells his team he's flashing. I should wrote where you guys are going. I didn't. I don't know why. Usually I do. He should have dog first, then flash. Needs to tell his team what he sees with dog. They rotate. He takes B link and makes correct call. 1 mid. He's gonna come back B long. Heard the guy's shops. Good info flash on him. B long. Plays a disciplined post plant. Okay, I remember. This is a really long note. So tells his team he's flashing. He should dog first, then flash. Okay, I think you guys were going B here. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you guys were going B. So he should dog first, then flash. You flash first. Needs to tell his teammates what he sees with dog. They rotate. Oh, so you started A. Sorry, you guys started A. You dogged in. Didn't tell them what the hell was going on. Okay, then you guys ended up making a decision to rotate. So you guys rotated. Sorry, let me just break this down. It's such a long note. He's flashing dog for his team. His dog, he rotates, he takes B link. So you guys went through mid, you went through B link, and you made a correct call. 1 mid, as in probably over towards there. He's gonna come back B long. Oh yes, I remember. Remember you took B link, and then you're sitting here in a 2v2, and you heard the raise running. Remember? By you.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, he's shot, he's gonna come back be long, right? Great identification. I heard that too. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Is he in a connector or is he going this way? And then I realized, oh shit, he ran by you. Right here, I probably wouldn't even let him run by me. Once I hear this guy coming and I'm going this way, I would have just got ready and destroyed him. Okay, that way he doesn't have a chance because he's in rotation. He's probably has his knife out or he's just running around giving too much info. So there, yeah, that's that. Here you told him, oh, he's gonna come back belong. You're 2v1 at this point. Your teammate killed 1 spawn, and makes correct call. 1 mid. He's gonna go back belong. Great call. Heard the guy's shops. Good info flash on him, and then you're like, I'm gonna flash him, and then went blinded, and then you knew automatically. Yep, belong because it's 2v1, right? It's so obvious that he's, you know, that's the only guy alive. So we know that he's there. You can play accordingly. You guys start hiding. and plays a disciplined post plant, you're like either it doesn't matter really where you were. So I
Yeah, I
wasn't really
was like right here, I believe.
I wasn't really focused on where you were. It's more about what you did. Okay, you're like, wait, play off me, bro. That is like, it's so unexpected for me to hear that at this level, bro. That's a super high level way of playing a post plant. Most people, like 98% of people, once it's a 2v1 or a 3v, 4v2 or whatever, they just start swinging. They want to get the kill. They want to ego, right? But you played it so disciplined. I love this. I admire this. Like, this is such a high level way of playing. Play for the win. I tell all my students, play for the fucking win. Don't play for your kills. You don't care about kills, and that's what I really like about your game. You're thinking more on just winning the rounds. It doesn't matter who gets the kill. What happens, just win the round, right? It's probably maybe more of a siege thing as well, but like, you're playing for the win. I really like that. Like, that, bro, like, that to me shows you're probably at a diamond ascendant way of thinking, maybe even a mortal way of thinking, if you're thinking like that in this elo. Nobody thinks like that in this elo. Okay, so you're actively trying to go for the win, which I really like. Super good. You're saying, wait, don't peek, just play off each other. We know that we just need to get the bomb to explode. That's it. Burn time, right? You've identified this, so that's a really good, like, that's probably your best communication, best thought process in this whole game, bro. From what I saw, like, really gotta praise that. Like, super solid. Okay, I'm telling him, don't peek, yo, play off me, because you know the situation is 2v1. You guys have set up where you know where he is. You info flashing as well, right? It's super easy. It's like map hacking. Okay, he's long, just fucking hide in a corner until he gets on the bomb. We might, you know, at the higher levels, you might not even peek on the first tap, because this guy is so scared in a 1v2. He doesn't know where you guys are. He's not gonna stick it. He would be pretty crazy to stick it, or a giga brain where he's like, okay, they're just gonna hide in the corner, I know I can get away with it, stuff like it happens. But you know, he's gonna tap and actively wait for you guys to come out and look for him, because you guys are gonna have to swing at some point, right? So that's that. Like, great post plant identification there. You know he's there. Okay, obviously it's a smaller example because it's 2v1. It's super easy, but you gotta play like this, especially when it's like a 2v4, 3v, or you know, or like a 4v2, stuff like that. So just be disciplined, because you're gonna see it as you climb. The common thing for people to do is just start throwing, griefing. They just all start swinging and dying, and it's a 1v1, and then they win. Sometimes they win too off that, even if it was a 2v1 for you guys. Still, you know, you're forced to swing with your team because he threw, and you know, it's just a big mess. So I won't go too crazy into it, but so good job there. So discipline post plant. So round 15, they start 4 mid. This is that round we touched on. We won't go too crazy to it. 4 mid. He's lurking up art while they all went link. B link. He needs to flash for them in or dog. He's the initiator. I don't mind the play, but he should be with them. So I don't mind you lurking after you do all of this. Okay? And I don't mind doing this if you have no utility, or you know, there are situations where it's a 3v3, all your duelists are dead. Okay, you gotta kind of do, or like your sentinel or your controller is dead. Okay, you gotta pick up those roles as well as they die, because they're not alive, they cannot do it. But it's really reserved for them. It's reserved for them, I should say. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't do it. Just, you know, understand your role. You're an initiator, right? It's in the name. Initiate this space for them. I'm gonna flash for you, blind, you know, and then you play off. If it's not blinded, you tell them nothing close. Okay, or you dog. I would rather you dog here first, to be honest, in my opinion, because even if you flash, the problem with flashing these type of corners where there's like 5-6 angles is that if they're good enough, they can hide, not be flashed, or dodge the flash, and you know, you guys all swing, they're still ready for you. So I'd rather in these tight angles where you need to kind of swing to clear, just dog. Okay, I don't really see anything here. Start pinging. I don't see, that's clear. Okay, oh, they're not playing on blink, and then, you know, obviously there's gonna be a duelist with the dog, or a couple people with the dog taking this space. They're not, you know, there are times where they won't, as in you're selling the fake. You know, you've conditioned the enemy where once you dog down link, you know, they've seen multiple with the dog. Now we're gonna fake it where they're like, hey, Sky, can you just dog down link, kind of clear, sell the fake a little bit, and then, you know, they'll go somewhere else, whatever, maybe it's all situational, but you kind of get my point. Just flash in for them or dog, and then go lurk. Okay, I like the thought process. Poor execution. You gotta just execute first, then go with the good thought process of, okay, I've helped them gain this space, I'm gonna come back, and maybe they're gonna start rotating there. I'm gonna catch these guys with their pants down, with their back towards me, stuff like that. So this is a little bit more of an advanced play after you've done your role, but I do like the thought process. I like that you're down to get down and dirty and no fear and walking down and destroying people, stuff like that. So because a lot of my students at this level, even at Plat Ascendant, they're too scared to lurk. I tell them, you gotta take space, walk down, go lurk something, you know. But you kind of already have that built in, which is really good. So let's move on from there. So round 16, they start A main. Needs to farm the orb and start dogging before they run in. So it's another common theme. You're just not using your utility for your team. Dogging before they run in. No flash, no dog. They get bombed down and dogs art. That was good. I like that because you identify you had it. So you're like, oh, I might as well use it. And then you dog art. Wait, you dog. They get bombed down. Dog art feeds the info. Repeaking art for a while. While has flashes, has not used it one time still. So okay, I remember this. Remember you came all the way here and then you dogged into art.
Yeah.
And then it was like a 3. It doesn't matter really how many players were alive. It's more about what you're doing. So then you remember the sage wall was like weird. It was like here.
Yeah.
And then you're like you like held this for a little bit and then you're like hiding behind the wall. There's no need to do that. Higher levels you're instantly dead. So just stay here and wait for them because they're so far, right? We know that they're over there. Whether it's question marks or right, like you're the one that dogged them out. So it's like 4v2 and then he's like, oh, they're both here, guys. Like, and then you just
I legit
swung.
said play slow.
Right, exactly. I'm not saying that this was terrible because you're kind of using the wall, the terrain to not get killed. That was fine, but you know, you can just wait here AFK, right? Again, it's a little bit of our post-plant discipline. We don't need an ego. I know it's 4v2. You know, you may want to try to kill them and stuff, but you know, if you had that mentality in a 2v1, you should have the same mentality in a 4v2. Just tell them, guys, play off each other. One guy's holding this, one guy's main. They have a crossfire. How the hell is 2 people gonna hold a crossfire with 3 people if you're playing here too? You know, once they start trading out, you're gonna peek as well, right? So you guys were at a super advantage. So you know, just take it slow, okay? I can understand swinging if they're up here, because you know you're kind of getting ready for them to fight these guys. Okay, different story, but they're so deep, man. They're like back here. Like, just take it easy. You could even just sit in this corner, just AFK for 10 seconds, whatever. Just listen to what they're doing, stuff like that. And let's say they start both going back, so you come around them. You don't just sit here because they're gonna wrap you. You know, the bowl for going around. You get fancy with it. You get a little creative. You know, I'm sure it's like that in Siege too, where you outplay them, like ring around the rosy, stuff like that. Like, so you know, kind of add that to your game. You don't have to just swing and just look for them. Just chill, play slow. Gain even more fucked up angles where, okay, it's unexpected. Like you go here, they're both art. Like they're never gonna, like, you know, they'll kind of assume somebody's there, but they'll soft clear it. They'll look here, no one's there, and then you know they won't think you're there anymore. So stuff like that. Because at the higher levels, you could have lost this easily if these guys were actually super snappy with their aim. You're probably dead here, and then you know they come out, they trade out. You know, it's probably gonna be a 1v2, and 1v2s are not that big of an advantage in the higher levels. Lower levels, yes, but not the higher levels. Like, you know, people have really good aim and overall isolation and understanding common angles, common spots people like to play. So it's like already built in their brain where they need to look. So, but yeah, and then I wrote. You could have done it with a flash too. You had your flash, right? You could have just flashed up here, called the flash. Guys, I'm flashing art. They all look alright. Flash, boom, and swing and kill them. You probably killed them. So you kind of get what I mean. We won't go too crazy. First mistake. Again, we went through it in another round. Just dog for them, flash for them. Start giving them the info. Don't just dog and stay silent. Tell them, hey, nothing backside. Okay, I cleared dugout. Oh, nothing secret. Stuff like that. So, dog them in. Initiate the contact for them. Flash them in. Okay. Also, let's say you dog them in. They start running in. The site was clear. Okay, you could just use this flash. Like, it's like a deterrent tool for the art guys. Because once you've cleared all the site, you can kind of just deduct that they're over here waiting for retake, or they're going to be flower, or they're going to be secret back here. So, you can start using your flashings accordingly. You know, send it through flower. Okay, just, you know, kind of just send it here. Pew, right, and then just kind of it buys you guys extra time and it slows them down. Let's say they heard you guys running out after the dog, so they're starting running and they get flashed. You think they're gonna just start W king a flash? No, they're gonna just start backing the fuck, like, oh fuck, right? Because it's so unexpected. So it's a little bit of our game sense, utility usage, and just initiating contact with utility, as in deterring them, gaining info and killing them with, you know, gaining valuable information, stuff like that. Okay, so let's move on from that point.
Also, one
go
quick question.
go ahead.
On the top of your map, it shows like the location you're at. Is that normal and I just haven't noticed it, or is it a setting?
On my mini map or my this map?
On your mini map, it says your A site, and if you walk flowers or art or in link, it'll say exactly where you're at. Is that normal or is it a setting?
That's a setting. So what I can do is I can, you know, maybe kind of show you. because I don't know if you want my actual all settings, but you put this on show map region names always.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
This is
because like
probably the
I am new and I don't know all
Yeah,
the
yeah, no,
calls
100%.
yet.
And if you want my settings, like, because most of my students do, because they have really fucked up minimap settings, I can give it to you too.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal if you really want it. Because this is
No,
like
you already give it to me.
Okay, great. So
Yeah,
this is like the most optimal, in my opinion, the most optimal minimap setting, where it doesn't matter where I am, I can automatically identify which part of the map or where, or who, where they're coming from, stuff like that, right? Just off the minimap. But
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that setting. Oh, you're talking right up here on top where it's a link, right? Yeah, okay.
the
I thought you meant
top
on the
left.
map. I was like, I'm not seeing any callouts on the minimap, but I get what you're saying. On top where it's mid connector now. Okay, yeah. I actually never even noticed that, but yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, let's move on. So they go B long. Yeah, so we're on round 17. We're almost done. 3 more rounds, and then we'll go into the range. I know it's long. I got kind of sidetracked. Sorry, that's my bad. I get kind
You're
of
good.
sidetracked a lot. So I have ADHD, so it's kind of fucked. But
Yeah,
they
that's
go
fair
they go B long. He lurks up mid again. Needs to set up his team and flash or dog up these hard angles for them. That's his role. I wrote stop lurking. Okay, so we won't go too deep, but we can kind of understand. Like, you went here or here, it doesn't matter where. Like, when they're all 4 here trying to go on the site, just be with them, bro. Like, just get ready to flash, get ready to dog in for them, because especially on B on this site, I told all my students, this site favors the stack site. So if there's multiple, okay, because usually they will play this site, it's really situational. Okay, the defense will identify if the enemy team loves coming B, they're not gonna put one guy here. Okay, they're gonna put 2, 3. Okay, if they identify they like going A, they're gonna leave one guy here, and this the one, and like you did, they're gonna leave this guy to just jiggle this, and they know, and then they have all of mid as well, right? They're doubled up, whatever it may be, because this angle is like, it's a corridor. It's really easy to know if they're coming in, right? And I told you the meta of this map is they just start running across. You'll see it at the higher levels. When they're coming B, they're coming fucking B. Like, they're gonna start running across, like, first 2-3 seconds. So that's that. But when they're here ready, I explained to another student, it's like, you gotta kind of match their movement. Okay, like, for example, if you were to lurk, okay, and they're about to come out, they're telling you, hey, we're gonna go out, and they're throwing smokes in utility, like, are you gonna be here?
Nah.
When they're here? Probably not.
No.
Like, I would expect you to at least somewhat clear this, kind of walk down and kind of be in this area at least, right? Because when they walk out, I'm gonna come with them, right? The same thing goes with A. I can show you, like, you're splitting A. You guys come down R. Like, are you ever gonna be here, like, 2 people while 3 of them are running down right here, throwing down the smokes? Like, probably not. Like, you're gonna be around here, like, whether you're getting ready to fight this guy, or you guys are gonna get ready to round this corner. Like, you're gonna match their movement, especially when you're splitting a site. So just keep that in mind. Like, match their movement a bit. Obviously, in the lower ranks, people are just 5 together, but as you climb, you're gonna see them start saying, guys, let's split B, split A, split C. Okay, split means splitting up our forces and kind of send 3 or whatever it may be. Sending 2 mid or 3 mid or 3 main or 2 mid, it doesn't matter. Or send 4 main, 1 mid. It's still a split. So when you start hearing that, you got to be kind of ready to match the movement, and I'm trying to just help you understand at a higher level. That's what you need to do. Okay, you're here and they're just here coming out. Like, it's just no good. I had another student yesterday. They split B. He was solo jet on B long. It's so funny. Like, and they went 4 double doors to B. Okay, they ran down. I can even show you the clip. They ran down and they're here running out, like, fighting, and he's just here, like, just, yo, he's back calls, bro, like, feeding information from here. Like, what the hell are you doing? It's useless. You could have just came, get ready, clear this, and then also feed them important information. It was a good comm by him, but feed them information and have value and be with your team, right? Never in a SWAT effort is one guy gonna just be eating potato chips over here at the bottom of the building while they're running up. He's gonna be with them. So kind of think about it in that way as well if you want a realistic example. So they go B long. He looks up mid again. Needs to just set up his team, flash or dog up. So very self-explanatory. We kind of went through it on it's just the same thing. I'll just dog for them. Okay, look here. Perfect world. That's gonna be smoke. That's gonna be smoke. Okay, so you don't really need to look that way. You gotta clear the close, maybe the pillar. Come here, look here again. Just keep going back and forth. Okay, jump here. Okay, nothing there, guys. And then they can play accordingly. Now, once you've cleared, maybe up to here, in terms of back call up to here with your utility, where are you guys gonna look? And you've cleared this. Where are you guys gonna look? That's a question.
I would say, like we're just walking in.
No. So you know, I'll go through it. So you kind of went
I
like
don't
this.
know. I don't know. Like we clear it. I clear the dog.
Yeah, you cleared it with a dog.
And then we start walking in, or.
Oh no, like you know, you're about to entry, so you've cleared up to here, right? And you kind of looked in this direction, but people can reposition after the dog goes, so you kind of have to assume that there's. So where can they be?
Start looking at the pillar.
Right here, right? You just know, especially if this is smoked, and you've cleared all of this with the dog. Like, bro, it's so or like a tail drone or whatever it may be. Bro, it's so easy. Like, it's you just have to look in this direction. It's not fast enough for them to flank. So because it's the start of the round, there's no way this guy could have ran down. Maybe if you ran down with no caution, and try to get a really crazy timing, or you guys took too long, maybe. But and usually flanks aren't that fast. They take about 20 seconds. So. Because they're actively clearing all these corners before they lead up to looking at you. So, yeah, you guys would literally only have to look pillar. You know, perfect world. There's smoke, and close on the box. Let's say even you cleared this. Like, there's only 1-2 points they can come from, or 3 if you want to count heaven. But you know, this is smoked, so they're not gonna run out there, bum rush it by themselves. Maybe with utility flash, and they all start running out. Different story. But you know, you guys are all gonna just. You understand that the site is free. Obviously, when you dog as well, your duelist is gonna be with you as well. So he's taking, you know, once you get here, unless you could not get there, sorry, you could not get there. You know, he's gonna be here ready, already up with that dog. Anyway, so he's like, yo, I have back call, guys, and then easy. You just know they're coming link or spawn, and you know it's gonna be smoked. Or if it's even if it's not smoked, you just know that their retake angles, their retake entry points are only 2 spots. You guys only have 1, you know, 2. Entering points really. It's this and link, but you know, starting around you're not really going to be up link unless it's like 4 running down link, like I explained. But you get my point. Just dog, clear things for your team, so that way it's safe for not only your entry or your team, but for you. Because if you just dog like this, look like this, like this, and like this, and then you're like, oh, it's clear, they're gonna trust it's clear, and then you guys are running out, but you didn't look here, and this guy's just sitting here and kills 3 of you. At the higher levels, there's a lot of trigger discipline. They're not just gonna immediately shoot the first guy. He kind of sees what's going on, so and he knows if he's been cleared or not, because he'll see the dog. So if he doesn't get cleared, he knows now that trigger discipline is in play. They just start running out, back turn to him. He's not gonna just kill the first guy, because then they'll immediately know they're here and trade him. He's gonna sit here, let the first guy wait, look for 2 more guys, 1, 2, boom, dead. 3 people's dead off 1 misuse of utility where you could have just been vigilant, cleared it. He's dead. Okay, he's not going anywhere, especially has no movement ability, and there's 5 of you here. Like, you guys are just gonna murder his ass, right? So that's that. We won't go too crazy into that round. Let me just pull up these notes real quick. But you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, good. So round 18, so 3 more rounds, including this one. I'll kind of try to make it fast. So they save, walk down mid art, nothing crazy. They all die on eco, could have taken space somewhere else. So you know they've chosen that they want to go art. You know, this is the time where you don't need to be with them. You just go somewhere else, because just 5 of you there. What's the point of you going there as well? 3 is enough at that point. Okay, 2 is enough. Okay, you just come here and see what you can work on this side too, because you guys are an eco. The chances of you guys losing this round is high. I'm not saying that you always will lose. At the higher levels, eco, you know, if you guys are really good at sheriffs, you guys are kind of on the same playing level. In a sense, as in you can delete 1 guy, pick up the gun. You guys have 1 gun, start snowballing the round on eco, stuff like that. But this is low lobby. Like, they're going there, bro. Just this is the time you want to separate yourself. And try to work something else by yourself. Maybe they just start running art, because you know there's 4 of you there, so you have a crazy ass time. You walk down, you cleared all these angles, made sure, and then you're just behind them, boom, kill them, and then they start coming flooding. Then you start going spawn, reposition yourself, don't stay in the same spot, stuff like that. Okay, nothing too crazy here on this round, but this is the time where you should split up and default a little bit. So round 19, they go 5 double doors. He needs to understand advanced concepts to set up his team up and plan pre-round with these concepts, fakes, rehits, inserting lurks, instead of bunching up 5 everywhere. They end up going A. He gets 2 really good kills, needs to stop running around. Okay, so I remember this round. So you guys started B, 5, right? And then you came back. I remember you came back, and then you went art, okay? And then I wanted to see what you wanted to do. And remember, you got the kill here, and then you got another kill here. You got 2 really huge kills, right? You'll hear me say it in the VOD. I'm like, bro, this was a round-winning play you did. By coming this way and killing 2, because they were killing them here, but you caught them in rotation where it was like a 4v4 and you made it into a 4v2, right? So like these are game-winning plays that you did. So this was a really good play. I really like this thought process. The execution is mediocre. It's not bad or great, but you know, start here first, because you started double door and then came back. Start here first and let them go there, and then because they're already a divergent for you. They're a distraction for you, like to help you get up. So right, because when the enemy hears 4, I don't ask you what are they gonna do. They're most likely gonna just run over. So especially at these lobbies, maybe not higher lobbies, they're gonna stay put and be ready for you to do this. But you know, kind of do this until you can, because there's gonna be a point when you get to diamond, plat, where it's not gonna work anymore. Especially like it might still work in plat and diamond if you're really good at timings, good awareness, good at killing people. But generally, once you start getting like high diamond, low ascendant, mid ascendant, low immortal 1, people are just ready for lurks. People are just so smart because they use those mechanics and concepts and fundamentals to climb, as in timing people so much that they know how to play against it, right? So everything kind of goes both ways a lot of times, like entering and retaking. But again, before this, I talk about this, you know, just make a plan. Like I told you, these concepts. Be like, guys, can we start 3A, 1 mid, 1 B? Okay, we're gonna make a fuck ton of noise on A main. They're gonna likely start, you know, even if it's a soft rotation, they don't fully rotate. They're gonna be caught off of B. Then you tell them, guys, while we're making mid, or you know, even during, let's say you're a part of this 3 stack, you're like, okay, can you start walking on mid? We're gonna make a bunch of noise for you. They're probably gonna run up. We're gonna make a lot of noise. We're gonna stay here and make a lot of noise. Mid guy, you can lurk up too. See what you can get. Okay, stuff like that. Or guys, for example, if you start 5A, okay, we're gonna make a fuck ton of noise. Okay, we're gonna smoke. Okay, we're gonna send 3 guys run all the way to mid, make noise mid, and you guys are gonna walk back to us. We're gonna re-hit this in 20 seconds when our smokes are off. Okay, so you need to understand these concepts, because these are round winning, game winning concepts where, you know, games are, once you get harder games, harder lobbies, it's not going to be about 5-manning down anymore. It's about using your brain, using strategy, real-time strategy. And you know, it's just like war. It's like, how do we get these guys off of B if they're crucial agents here, or they stack here, you know, stuff like that. It's really using our brain and really understanding the game on a deeper level. Okay, so you got to understand the main concepts. Is multiple, but it's fakes. Okay, as in we start 3 or 5 here and then we end B. You'll hear that a lot at the higher levels where they're like, yo, we're starting A, it's a fake A, we're ending B. That means at some point we're going towards here, whether the plan falls, you know, it's not together, it's not exactly how we planned it, we are going B. It's a set plan, so people will play accordingly. They just automatically know what to do. Even the mid guy lurking just knows what to do. He's gonna try to wait for you guys to make a lot of noise. He hears them rotating, yo, they're starting to rotate off link. He's gonna take the space and come behind, stuff like that. Like, people just know these concepts because they've used them a lot. So you need to know these. Fakes, re-hits is obviously when you make it look like you're going in, but now you make it look like a rotation. So they've rotated A, now they're going back B, now you come back A, whereas it's only gonna be 1 or 2. So it's like a double fake. So it's a little bit of that, but a double rotation or whatever you make. Okay, so it's fakes, re-hits, and inserting lurks. That's another huge concept that you will I don't think that you will be doing, as in you're the one lurking, but you're the one that's going to be managing that. As in, you start 3 stack here, or you know, 4 or 3, and there's 2 mid. You guys tell them, guys, we're gonna make a fuck ton. You can do it with any concept. You can do it with a fake, a re-hit, and I'll give it to you in let me think, a re-hit situation. We start 4 here. Yeah, we start 4 here. We're gonna make a bunch of noise to our smokes, run off like we're rotating. We're gonna stay mid. The guy that was already mid is gonna maybe stay here. We're gonna just come up to here, or even up to here. We're gonna make a bunch of noise, come back, and then they're gonna think that we're rotating, and then he can lurk up R or whatever. It can work with fakes as well. Okay, we're gonna start A. Okay, the guy mid, just wait. We're gonna make a bunch of noise, or the guy B long, doesn't matter. We're gonna make a bunch of noise, and you start walking up, and we're gonna come back to you once it's cleared. You're up in their spawn, stuff like that. Or it can be worked on in many ways. Okay. But inserting lurk is a very good tool that an IGL can use to set up his team for success and destroy the defensive lines, especially on attack. Defense, not so much. It's more about taking space on defense and understanding what they're trying to do, their play style, their tendencies, and stuff like that. Identifying fakes, rehits, stuff like that. Okay. But then, so what did I wanted to say? So then, right here, you killed 2. It was great, really good round by you. Just stop running around. It was like 2v1. You just gotta just chill. You're just running around, and the guy was, remember the guy was, your teammate was here, and then the enemy was double doors. You're just running. Like if the guy, like if he was smart, this guy was a good player, and he knew this guy was, he automatically can deduct where both of you are. He's map hacking at this point when you're running. Oh, he's art. Oh, there's one here. So I know where both of them are. There's only 2 people alive. So stop running around here, especially when you get 2. You could have done anything else. Kill these 2 and start immediately scaling connector and go behind them. That's probably what I would have done. I didn't write it, but that's what I said in the VOD during to the stream. I was like, I probably would have went connector here and just wrapped this guy, because my guy has this, right? This guy was here, AFK, holding it, right? So, you know, I will know if he walks down because my teammate will either die or kill him. So I'm gonna go actively behind him because I know he's there, right? Your team was kind of communicating that he's there or whatever. You heard him there or whatever. So, and you killed 2 here, especially when they're going link. These 2 guys you kill are the side guys. This is free. You should probably also tell them come A, but you guys kept losing the bomb somewhere here. Like it just kept getting dropped. Someone's dying. Like no one's making a decision. So you know it's low level lobby, but just come through, come behind, become a ninja. Use your brain, right? Be 1 step ahead of him. Okay, you know he's there. Don't just run to your teammate. Yes, it's good to play numbers, but sometimes you know you had a timing already where you're up here. It's not like you should come back and come back, wrap again, and be with him. Okay, you're already so deep. Just commit here. Just go back connector, and you would have killed him. Okay, so that's that. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
Just don't run around because I remember you killed him. And you're just like running. Obviously, your teammate killed him.
I heard him.
Right. Yeah, but if you heard him, you should have just went like this and just go knife him. Right. Just use your brains. Do something. Much more. Not a value, but just more where it can heighten and work on your game sense, because there are times you're going to do this play, it's not going to work, but then now you can understand, okay, what's the mistake I made? Maybe I should have waited. Maybe he expected that, stuff like that. You can build upon those moments. So you know, making mistakes are crucial, especially in terms of the game sense, mental stuff, and that's why people are so stuck. They cannot work on it because they're not willing to do it. They're scared, right? So many Ascendant players don't know how to lurk. I'm like, bro, like you're gonna have to lurk. It's not just for the Sentinel, right? Those are the times I tell them it's not just reserved for the roles. There are times where there is no Sentinel. The Sentinel's dead. It's a situation where it's like 2v2, 3v3. You need to gain space. Like you must do it. So, and to get better at it, you gotta make mistakes. So that's what I always tell my students. Just make mistakes. Even if it was wrong, even if you came like this and died, I would have been like, you know what? I love this thought process. You're taking a super aggro, high level padding. Okay, he killed you. Identify how he killed you, why you died. Maybe you made a step. Maybe it was too slow. Maybe it should have been whatever. Maybe just identify off those mistakes. Okay, so let's move on. Last round. There's not much to this round. You guys destroyed them, and then I just wrote finally use his ult into sight. Okay, 20 rounds in, and we can just kind of know what's wrong with this, bro. 20 rounds, man. Like you gotta use this round 7 when you got it in round 6 or whatever. As soon as you get it, use it. Because you got good aim, you can replenish this, especially on attack. Okay, and
okay,
I actually skipped that one note where I said farm the orb. Okay, the orb is really reserved for those agents with really strong ults, as in, or somebody who's 1 away where they just want to get it up, you know. So it's really for the initiators, like Clove, KO, Killjoy, right? Those important crazy ass ults, right? Like a breach, right? So you gotta really farm this shit as much as you can. Obviously, you're not gonna just run out, knife out, and clear it. You know, even if it's aiming, just make sure you're clearing the off angles. Okay, it's clear. Your team starts going up. Throw a flash, then farm it. Right, do it safely. You can even bait people. I've baited people a lot. You tap it, they peek, you kill them. Oh, 2 orbs. Right, so that's that. Like really just kind of farm the orbs and also just use your ult. Also, you never use your heal. You gotta.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Never ever. Right, you gotta. That's on you. Obviously, at the higher levels, they know when they need a heal, so they'll call you, Sky, can you heal me? Sky. Okay, that's easy, but you need to be 1 step ahead. It's a little bit of just being 1 step ahead. You see your teammate dying or half HP, just run to him and go heal and come back to where you were, whatever it may be, or whatever the situation is. Just be proactive, be of value, be that guy, be a step of not only your teammates but the enemies as well. So it's a little bit of that. Okay, so you know that was all the notes. I know it was really long. We were kind of yapping, getting into it really detailed. So
you're good.
I'm gonna also send you these notes the VOD will be up probably tomorrow. Probably not tonight. I can. So what I was usually doing was uploading the YouTube video right away with the thumbnail, but my thumbnail guy, the new guy's a little bit slower. It takes him like half a day. So I'll send you the Twitch VOD so you can watch that immediately, but the YouTube VOD will be up tomorrow. Okay, so let me just get in the range. So I will send you these notes. Yep, go ahead.
Is it the same thing you do on your other VODs for the aim routine?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You've
I've
seen it all?
been doing that for
Okay,
I've
great,
been doing
good,
that
good,
for
good.
the past,
So
3 days.
So okay, so then I won't go into it. You already know what to do. I will just touch
Yeah.
upon it some points. Okay.
My
If
ultimate's
you've seen up
ready.
to that point, I'm sure you've heard me talk about it. But do you work out at all? Do you play sports?
No, not really anymore.
No weightlifting at all, like in your life?
No.
Never? Okay, so
well, I used to a little.
okay, so I'm just asking, so I can kind of get a
I
sense
know.
of if you're aware. So, in working out, bodybuilding, sports, cardio, life, okay, there's a major mechanic, fundamental mechanic, especially in weightlifting, bodybuilding, that it's like law, okay? It's called progressive overload. I'm sure you've heard this term.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
You must, I cannot stress this enough. I feel like I keep repeating myself, but every student is new, so I have to, but you must make sure that your routine, what you're doing, whether it's a movement exercise or it's a game sense exercise or it's you working on your mental game, you understanding these concepts, it could really probably apply to everything, even life. But you really got to make sure the workload increases. Okay, you got to make sure that the intensity increases. You're not gonna do 1 DM for the rest of your life. You're never ever gonna get better like that. You gotta actively, okay, this week I did 2 DMs a day. Next week I'm gonna do 3. Okay, maybe not in those intervals and that type of intensity. It might be much slower. As in, okay, 2 weeks I'm gonna do 5 DMs a day. Okay, and then the next 2 weeks I'm gonna go to 6. 2 weeks after,
Yeah,
it's gonna
that's
go to 7.
I kind of made my own little routine.
Good. It's good. So
It's kind of just what you said,
Right.
going on top. Just target switching for about 5 minutes.
and add more time.
Yeah.
Like this is, some of my students don't have a hard time wanting to do this, but some like I would say like 50%, 60%. I know that they're not gonna do it just off how they're talking to me. They're like, what am I doing this for? Like, what's the point? Like, I just stick to what I do. It's like, bro,
No,
like,
no.
like this is the baseline of what you need. The baseline. Keyword is baseline, as in this is the bare minimum you need to do every single day and increase the intensity for you to become a Mortal player. Yep, go ahead.
I actually do a little more since like I said, I'm new. I'm new
Yeah,
to PC as a whole.
Mhm.
I play Kovacs and stuff like
Yeah.
that a decent amount.
Right,
Like
good.
target switching,
Good.
predicting stuff like that.
So for you, I will send you the playlist I use to get to Mortal 3 and really maintain my aim and delete. If you see my YouTube videos that are from 2 years ago and see all my clips and shots, like
Oh, yeah, I did it.
Kovacs was the one that made me like that. Okay, it wasn't Aim Labs. Aim Labs probably got me to the low ascendant true skill level, but what really pushed me to Immortal was Kovacs. Sorry, Aim Labs got me to ascendant, but Kovacs is really what got me to that Immortal 3 elite level where I'm instantly deletion, micro adjustments are crispy. People think I'm cheating, like that type of aim. Magnet aim, whereas no matter where I look or wherever I am, I can instantly go to the head and delete them. Okay. Obviously these days I'm a little bit washed. I'm not working as hard as I did 2 years ago, but when you look at those clips, that's what made me that was Kovacs. So I will send you this playlist. It's really good. It's called Pure G. There's 2 playlists. There's a training and a warm-up. Don't do the warm-up. It's only 1 per exercise. The training starts at 3 per exercise. And dude, it's super difficult. I'm telling you, when I first did it, I thought my pinkies were gonna explode because I'm squeezing my mouse so hard. It's so hard to control and do the exercise, right? So just get through it though. Like no matter how hard it is, just push through. Even if it sucks, just go through the motions in the beginning. That way it gets, because bro, it only took me a week to develop really good aim off using it for a week, and obviously the first 2 days was really tough, right? But just stick with it no matter how tough it is, and bro, you're gonna see your aim, and you already have good aim, so it's gonna make it flourish even more. Okay, but keep in mind as well, don't just only work on your aim. I tell all my students.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm sure you heard me say in the VODs if you watch some of them. So these things outweigh your aim. Your aim becomes capped by all these other categories. If you're all these categories I've explained to you, all the 5, and aim is not included, and those 4 are 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 4 out of 10, and your aim is a radiant level 10 out of 10, bro, you're gonna be capped. Your aim is gonna become 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, maybe even worse, because you're not actively thinking about the game. Because this game is not. People think it's kind of like Counter-Strike is really aim orientated, but you know, I'm kind of starting to think that Valorant is actually way more complicated in the terms of there's too much to keep track of. In terms of utility, there's so many new agents now. The utility gets crazier, right? In Counter-Strike, you don't see. You just need to keep track of their mollies, smokes, and flashbangs. That's it, right? Everyone has them, so it's easy to deduct. But in this game, you gotta know who's up, which agent's up, okay, which agent's down, stuff like that. And the man advantage, like, it's super complicated. It's becoming more complicated than Counter-Strike, in my opinion. And I'm not saying it's harder, but just complicated, and as in the mental side, as in you gotta keep track of so much shit. It's like you gotta put it in the back burner a lot of times, right? But so. Get these skills up higher than your aim. Your aim is secondary. Watch pros play. Okay, that's the best way. Adopt not only their style but their way of thinking. Okay, don't just be like, oh, he did it, so I'm gonna do it. But you know, pros understand why they did it. So you gotta need to understand why he's doing it too. So watch pros play. Watch VCT. Watch, you know, go to VLR. Just go see which games are on. Even if it's a shit tier 2 game, just watch how these Radiant players play. Because tier 2, tier 3, tier 2 is all Radiant players. Tier 2 is still all Radiant players. So you know, they're still really good level players, even though they might not be tier 1. So that's how you get it up. And ask the hard questions. Why is he doing this? Wait, this is crazy. How the fuck does he know that? What is setting him to, you know, think like this? Stuff like that. When you watch pros, even me, I'm just like, bro, how the fuck did he know he's there? Like, it's just so, but it's through his game sense. He's developed it through thousands of hours and really working on his mental game and maintaining aim. You really only need to maintain aim. I think at your level, if you just maintain it, let's say you didn't even want to improve it, you maintain it, and you know it didn't let it fall off. I still believe you would climb if you increase all these other categories. So, but obviously we need to still improving it where you're never whiffing, stuff like that, instant deletions, flicking much higher, much better at a higher level, stuff like that. Micro adjustments. I think your micro adjustments is your best aiming mechanic. So, also one thing I want to say though is, how's your dead zoning?
It's pretty good.
Okay. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Share your screen. Go in the range. Let me take a look because I'm not explaining these stuff, or showing you because you already know. I just want to take a look. I like to see where my students are in terms of movement because if you've got really good dead zoning, I know you're a good player. Like not you, but that person. So most people that I inspect, even Ascendant players, they struggle. So I really want to see how good it is because then I can get a sense of your real true skill. Where are you?
And dead zoning, like, could you go over just to make sure I completely understand it?
Yep. Oh, like right now?
Yeah, just
my ultimate's ready.
Just when you like stop, shoot, stop. Shoot.
Yeah. So you know, Counter-Strike's more of a, you know, there's still somewhat of a strafing in this game, as in you press A and then you press D to stop, and then you press D and go A. But I don't like that. It's just not my style. It's not as effective. It's not as quick. You just let go of the key A. I go A, let go, D, let go, and then I can go back and forth. My hand is free. But if I go D, press A, like what if I want to go D again?
I don't do it like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying like generally, if I were to do that, like what if I want to go right again? I gotta let go of my A. Like why? Like it's just, to me, it seems silly. So.
Yeah. Well, I use a Wooting, so I don't know if I should start doing it like that.
No. If you're using a Wooting, you should just do the way I taught, as in D, like, cause you're gonna be super fast, movement.
Yeah, I can just let go and it
like stops. Wooting is like cheating, you know that, right? Like Wooting is like.
Yeah, I'm using Primi settings like for the crouching
yeah.
thing.
So I want to get a Wooting too. That's what I told myself. Like I want Primi setting. Like you have his crouch setting too. Probably it's really light.
Yeah.
Because he's a crouch picker.
I'm showing my screen, but I don't know if you can see it. But...
let me see. Like I want to get a Wooting too soon, but yeah. It's super light, right? I use Logitech. It's still good, but it's just not as good as a Wooting. But
yeah, definitely.
This is Logitech.
And
G
what,
Pro.
you just want me to shoot them and do it, or on the wall?
No. So that exercise I showed all my students. Let's see, do billboard to billboard. Let's do 5 each side, and then cut it in half, cut it in half, cut it in half. Okay, and stay parallel with the wall. Yep, stay parallel. You're kind of going diagonally right now. Make sure you're 100% parallel with the wall. Yep.
Wait, yeah, what do you mean? Like this?
Yeah, I'll show you. You're slightly, not saying it's a lot, but you're, okay, if I was going to the wall, it's parallel, right? You're a little bit off where it's running on an angle. Make sure you're you're watching now? Okay, so.
Yeah.
So be like parallel. This is like 100% parallel. You're a little bit off, so you're still kind of on an angle, a little bit. I'm not saying a lot. So just make sure you're parallel, and then you stay parallel. You stay parallel. You don't. It's never angled off. So stuff like that. So
Like this?
Yep, that's perfect. Okay, and then make sure it's on the edge of the billboard, on the left
So
side.
like here?
Yep, and then on the left side as well. Don't come like because this is your guidelines. Okay, so you shoot here, you're gonna shoot there. Wherever you shoot, you're gonna come back and shoot at the same spot. Okay, overall looks pretty good. Yeah, still a little bit of movement. When I look at your shooting area, it's slightly blue, so that means you're still moving. So make sure you're fully stopped. I know you want to move to get back out. So there, you're still 0.3, right? It's still blue. So make sure practice the stopping. Okay, D stop. Okay, don't shoot. Go left. So A, go left. A, stop.
Okay.
Where it is, and then shoot. Okay, so just get used to that first. So go right, stop. But you see, you're still rushing it. Just practice the stop movement first. So go, stop, don't shoot, then shoot. Just take your time. Shoot, come back, stop where you need to. Right. See, you're still rushing it. Now it's 0.3. Just take it slow. Right now is a movement exercise, so take it slow. It looks really good, but just take it slow. Good. Like have a rhythm to it. A little swagger. Don't just instantly shoot. Okay, that'll come later. Just work on the movement. Okay, good. Like it looks really good.
Yeah, I feel
stop.
like when I play death matches, I get a lot of like movement errors.
Right.
I
You
feel like I die a lot
probably
'cause
you
of it.
probably get those errors where you're swinging a guy and your crosser's on his head. You're like, why is he not dead? Right, and the
It's
bullet goes
mainly, like
goes wild.
like when I do stuff like this.
Yeah, when you're swinging somebody, pretty much, right? And
Yeah.
he's swinging too, swinging you as well. I know because I've experienced it myself. Where, in a DM, he knows I'm here. I know he's there. We're both swinging,
Yeah.
and my cross, right here, like he knows I'm here. I know he's there. We both swing each other, and then I'm still moving. So when I shoot, the bullet is not on my cross, even though it's on his head. He'll kill me first because he's fully stopped while he's shooting. Whether it may look like he stopped or not, obviously there's ping issues and stuff and latency, but that's why you gotta put yourself and practice this where you're instantly swing. He's dead. Wherever I'm shooting, he's dead. Wherever it may be, he's dead. Dead. Okay, so we gotta. Right now, I'll give it pretty solid. Like you're better than some of my Ascendant students in terms of dead zoning, but we gotta get it crispy, as in you never ever have shooting error. Okay, that's the point where you start becoming a beast. Okay, but yeah, I stopped seeing. I can't see your stream anymore, but you get my point.
Yeah,
it looks good, but so let's do 5 each side. So with all the criteria I told you, be parallel, stop where you shot.
Well, hold on, my game is being
Yeah, no worries.
weird.
I just want to see you cut it in half, and then we'll call it a day. Let me just message a student real quick.
1 second.
Yeah, take your time.
So my game is like sorry. Sometimes it does
No,
this.
you're
I don't
good,
know
you're
why.
good. No rush,
It
no
like
rush.
freezes. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. It's like it won't let me start the game, and then I have to like
Okay,
restart
okay.
my PC. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
yeah.
about that.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, I don't have to look at it, but you could maybe record it and just show me later if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want.
definitely. I'll do that
yeah,
later.
That way, we save some time. But great session today. You have any questions, concerns, things you want to work on? Now is the time.
No, I think I'm just gonna try and apply what you did. Watch over the VOD.
Good,
Try to play some comp and
Right, right.
see if it applies, and then
Yep.
in a few days I'll get back to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Get another session going.
Yeah, like one thing I'll say is I think some of my students have the expectation that once they do one session with me, like I'm gonna turn them into God mode. Okay, like let's be realistic. Like one session and just me alone is gonna really cause a lot of change. Okay, it takes time. Okay, it takes weeks for you to see big chunks of real time improvement, right? Because there are gonna be days you are improving, but you don't see it. You don't realize it. So I like some of my students, not all of them, but some of them are like, yo, like, can you guarantee me to being a beast? I'm like, there's no guarantees, bro. Like, I can guide
Yeah,
you,
definitely.
help you, but you need to put in the work. So,
Yeah, that's all I wanted from you.
Right,
is
right.
to, like,
Right.
kind of guide.
I can
mean,
guide you
Like I
and-
said, I am new.
Yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah,
I mean,
100%.
I gotta learn a lot from just playing.
and
But
bro,
it was
like,
I kind of wanted you to speed the process up.
right,
And
and I
tell me
can,
exactly what I was
I
doing.
can for sure. But I was gonna say, like, bro, like for a new player, you are like ahead of like 80% of my students, and some of them have been stuck 5 years on Ascendant, 5 years in Bronze, 5 years in like 3 years in Gold. Like, bro, like you're ahead of them. So, and that's why I kind of got really surprised today when I watched you play. I was like, holy fuck, like you know, my as you could say, like my cheek, I'm getting a smile, right? I'm like, yo, this guy has a lot of potential. If he's a new player, like he's better than all my bronze players, plat players, like, you know, some of my ascendant players. You understand some things I'm saying. Some of my guys, when I ask them a question, it takes them forever to ask them, but you're answering it pretty fast. Obviously, you know, still kind of not 100%, but you kind of have good logic, good information processing, right? You have good awareness, stuff like that. It's just for you, I would say it's definitely a refinement. Like, I don't need to teach you from the ground up anything. Okay, we really need to just refine and keep improving on these things where you become a beast, and you will become a beast with a lot of work. It's gonna take a lot of work. It's not gonna be in 1 week. Okay, it's gonna be weeks, months. Okay, when it starts paying off. So just make sure you're consistent. I tell all my other students, you know, I give you the recipe to be immortal. It's up to you if you want to be, okay, with this routine. Okay, like so I know a lot of my students are not using this actively. I know some are too as well, but I give you the recipe because this worked for me. It should work for you, and if it doesn't, we'll pivot and you tell me, or not you, but that person can tell me, and we can go a different approach. But like, I'm giving you the recipe. It's really, don't cheat yourself, stuff like that. But yeah, also one thing I'll tell you is students that are seeing me consistently once a week, twice a week, I make a personalized, I charge for this. Usually it's not just a schedule I give you once and you use it for life. It's a weekly thing where we change it every week. We meet up on our session, whatever, and then I go, hey, how was the schedule? It's a personalized schedule. It goes around your current schedule if you've got work, whatever. If you want a 5-day schedule, 7-day training schedule, or 2 days. So I do that for all my students. I show me that they're gonna commit long term, okay? Because I want to put in the work for them as well, to super excelling and improving in their goals and hitting them. I don't want to just give you one schedule and you stay on it forever. You're never ever going to improve like that. I know that. So I really try to make it personalized, and those that show me that they're going to be consistently with me and working hard, stuff like that, and that want it, I give it to them for free. So, you know, usually it's $30, but one price, like one time, but you know, I do it for free for my students that come back. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I can make a personalized schedule and stuff, like training schedule for you if you want. But yeah, great session. Yeah, there's not much else to say, bro. Good luck on your games, and keep in touch, bro. Any questions you have, let me know in Discord, okay?
All right, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. You take care.
All right, you too. Thank you.
No problem. So okay, that's that. We got one more person. Okay, good. Okay, guys, any questions before getting to the next session?